Like,
I'll figure it out eventually. Um, anyways,
rule zero.
rule zero. Uh, More sexual power and options, positive male identity. Very important. It's important that we talk about this topic today because I personally am getting tired of the neuroticism, the misunderstanding, the lack of nuance, and really with all experience and there's this lack of experience from men who just throw out like they just repeat what everyone else. It's just like this is have you guys ever tried to understand why women do OnlyFans? How about we start there instead of shaming that? Like, do you guys want to know why? Because there's an uncomfortable truth there, but also within an uncomfortable truth, there's like also things that could help you that are actually advantages that you have. So, um, it's just one of those things that I keep seeing. It's just aggravating, and I know that I am the spur. I have a lightning rod for spurs on the internet, but guys, do you guys really think that prostitution and OnlyFans are like the same thing? Right? You think that 20-year-old girl who, takes pictures in lingerie and sends them to old men is the same as a streetwalker?
Mm-mm.
Like, let's start there, like, and why is it, why do you guys think that every single girl on planet Earth has to be your perfect Stepford wife ideal? And if not, society's crumbling, right? Let's start there as well. You know,
Covert
where do we even begin?
contracts. Well,
Yeah.
where do you begin? I mean, let's just, break the door in on this one. We have given women freedom. And what did they choose to be? Whores. Maybe, just maybe, there's a side of women that likes doing it. Can we perhaps try and acknowledge that small, simple fact? Because nobody's putting a gun to their head. Let's be honest here. Like that guy in Florida and whatever in US country. It's like, we're going to ban OnlyFans because OnlyFans abuses these women. It's like, what do you mean abuses these women? It's like, it's not like OnlyFans sends their Jehovah's Witnesses, or however you want to call them, their Jefances, OnlyFans witnesses or something to the door of every girl that turns 18, where it's like, have you learned about our Lord and Savior $5 a month to show your butthole? It's like, no, these girls turn 18 and they're like, you know what? I can show my butthole and guys will pay me for it. Nobody's
Mhm.
forcing them. Nobody's putting pamphlets underneath their noses. No, they make this up themselves. Is it every woman? No, of course not. Not all women are like that, but all women are like that. They could be it. And as of today, about 14 to 15% of all American women aged 18 to 25 have an OnlyFans. It's like,
Yeah.
wow, that's a lot, you know?
It all boils down to agency, right?
Yes.
Women. It's all that. It's all it is. Like even if you guys notice the radical feminists online, and also the conservative men and moralists, and I call them the conservative moralists, right? They both share one thing: is that they both don't think that women make their own choices. They think that they're input output machines. You input strong, hardworking man with moral values, then she's a good woman. And then radfems are just like, you input my ideology and me telling men that they ain't shit, and you output another person to agree with me or something, right? They can't fathom that like a woman maybe enjoys doing laundry for her husband and kids. She likes doing things for her family. They can't fathom that. And on the other side of that, they can't fathom that a woman chooses to fuck and to show off her body instead of being a wife, at least for the time being, right? Like, in both of those, it's just we're dehumanizing each other to the point where we think if they don't live by our standards, that they're not good. you know like, what the hell, how did we get here?
No, well, how did we get here? It's that emotional puritanism. It's
Yeah.
pure conventional puritanism where the idealism kicks in. The idealism of women not wanting to be this. But again, we've given women freedom. And what do they do with it? Now, I'm not saying this is good or bad. I'm not morally finger wagging here. I am stating that when you've given them the freedom, 15% chooses to do this. They're not being forced to do this, they choose it. And I'm perfectly fine with that. Like, lady, you want to be an entrepreneur and you want to use your body the way you want to use your body, go get it. Some of these girls, let's be honest here, because the trads love, like, I will retire my parents. Did you know that some of these OnlyFans girls actually retire their parents? They're more trad than trad. They
Mhm.
actually worked their ass off, literally, and
Yeah.
retired their parents. I mean, for, from a certain kind, from a certain kind of view, you kind of commend that. It's like, yeah, wow. She actually did that. She put her money to good use. Now, how she got that money, that's where opinions divide, kind of thing. And
Yeah.
it's control is what a lot of moralists really want, to control these women. But since women don't have agency, for the non-initiated, like you and me, like you and I can sit here and be like, no, women have agency. They do. The
They make
moralist,
choices, yeah.
yeah, the moralist, however, the blue pillar, however, they can't handle that. Because if women have agency, that means they're doing this willingly, which means women aren't as pure as they thought, which means their whole fantasy of life is kind of crumbling.
Yep. And that's where being zeroed out, starts, right? Um, Massive rejection on a cataclysmic scale or repeated, right? Like, you've gone 3 years without sex and you're just like, "Why aren't women choosing me? There's something wrong with them." Or, "I'm getting divorced. There's, woman this and woman that." I'm like, "Yeah, but look at it like this. She made the choice to divorce you, but she also made the choice to marry you." Do you understand? Like, they make choices. They're not a machine where if you do a certain thing every day, they act a certain way, right? They change. So, the same thing with, like, OnlyFans and them wanting to, sell their nudes on the internet for $4 a month. And there's all these owns that guys try to do, like, "You're selling your ass for a cup of coffee." She's selling pictures of her ass. Selling
Yes.
ass is her having to go see you or sit down, hear your horse shit for an hour, and then have sex with you. That's selling. And that from there, we can start, like, let's think about this, right? Why do you not like that women are doing this? I personally think it's the corniest shit ever, right? When you actually meet one of these women, it you think from your it's gonna be it's so hot that a girl is doing this, or you think, oh, this is gonna piss me off, like, this is like hoe shit. You know what it is? It's just corny. Like, the three women that I've met, that I've dated, hooked up with, it was just the corniest thing ever. It was just like, really? Like, I wasn't mad, I wasn't sad, I was just cringe. It's just cringe, really. On the other side of it, it's just basic cringe. And it's hard to see that because you're behind a screen, and a lot of time the screen effect, a lot of things that people do that seem cool, but in reality they're cringe. Like, have you guys seen influencers in person in real life walking by? I was sitting down having coffee with my dog. Oh, he just shows up with my dog, and a girl walks in with another woman following her with a phone camera. Right? I'm like, oh, that's got to be one of those whatever. And I
Mhm.
locked eyes with the woman recording her, and I gave her this look, like, and she's like, she gave me this, exactly that exact look. And I'm like, guys, that's what it looks like in real life. There's a page on Instagram called Influencers in the Wild, where it's a third person view of an influencer, not the screen where they're right here, but like from far off, like them doing the dances, talking, messing with people, whatever. And I'm telling you, like, how can people, like, you'll feel stupid for even thinking these people are normal.
Mhm.
It's cringe, I'm telling you. And from my personal experience, I dated a girl once that had an OF. I don't know if she, like, lived off it, because I only 2 dates and we hooked up once or twice or something, but she would not show me the picture she posted on OnlyFans. she's like, I don't like it's weird. It's cringe for me. Like it just makes me feel weird that a guy I like sees them, right?
Hmm.
And then finally, after we hooked up, she finally broke down and showed them to me, and it was just her in a bunny costume because it was Easter. Because they got to do like themed nudes, right? Because you can only sell you can only sell something so many different ways and angles. So
Hey,
you got to do
Easter's
what you
coming up. Easter's coming
yeah.
up. So,
So so yeah, and sex was not that good and very, very clingy. She would FaceTime me on the drive home, and I'm like,
hmm.
"Okay, well, why don't you wait till you get home or something?" And that's what I'm saying, guys. This is why experience is so important because things that everyone is raging about and thinking it's the end of the world, you see as like, "Wow, this is the corniest profession I've ever seen in my life." It really is super corny.
Well, it's also the incessant need to film everything and
Mhm.
to capture everything.
Yeah.
Um, I dated a girl once, and we were I don't know even anymore. She did some social media stuff too, and we were just going out to eat, and she wanted to put that, film that experience, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" It's like, I kinda get it, but we're here together. The moment is about this, the enjoyment of the going out, not the
Mhm.
sharing with random strangers all night. Like, don't get me wrong, I love the audience here, like see Lewis clapping cakes, John Day DeMarco, Matt, good to see you guys. There's
Yeah.
nothing towards you. But when I turn
Supply
my
reads the
laptop
super chats.
yeah,
Yeah,
but
keep going, sorry.
when I turn my laptop off, I go back into the real world. And I no Tate reference there, by the way, but I wanna experience that kind of thing. And then, when I've done my thing and things like that, then I turn the laptop back on and I do my thing. But I set certain times for that, certain topics for that, so that it doesn't intertwine. And that's what I feel with a lot of influencers where their real life and their online life starts to get mixed up a lot. And you
Mhm.
see this Pokimani's a good example. Now
Pokimane?
Pokimane yeah, the Twitch streamer or
Yeah,
Pokimane? How do you pronounce
yeah.
it? Hmm.
Pokimane,
Oh, yeah,
wherever she is.
Okay. The boomer moment there. Pokimane.
Mhm. That's
The,
actually I'm actually jealous that you don't know how to pronounce her name. That's, like, awesome.
I know.
I get force fed every like, god damn it. Keep going, Jared. Let me I'm just trying
I
oh,
miss
so much
you.
force fed shit
I
on my
miss you.
life right now. Oh, Jesus Christ. You don't
I
understand. You have to see this video about Pokimane talking about how, like, streaming isn't easy for girls. I'm like, "I'm a 37-year-old man. I'm old. Why am I being shown this? What do I gotta do? Do I have to work for X myself? Do I have to teach them that I am not the target demographic?" But
Man, you
anyways.
you probably like something of Twitch, and then now it just force feeds you Twitch streamers. And not gonna lie, Twitch is the gift that keeps on giving, man. Every now and then, where it's like, wow, we're not so worse off. We're not off so bad. But yeah, Pokimane apparently. She what was it? She's not a bad looking girl. I'm not gonna lie. Like I'm not gonna sit her like oh blah, blah, blah. No, she's not a bad looking girl, but like she's past 30 and you can just tell the reason she is single is not because she's 30 and good looking. It has nothing to do with her age or her looks. You just know that this is pure behavioral. Probably because
Yeah.
all she does is stream, all she does is sit at home, and she doesn't know how to interact with real people anymore. And that is just haunting for some of these people where it's like, yeah, you might have an OnlyFans that makes you $1 million a month or whatever, and still till this day, I will die on the hill that Belle Delphine was the only one who did it right. Where, oh yeah, $1 million a month, do it for 12 months, fuck off. Where it's like, yep, you'll never see me again. But now these girls just keep going and going and going and going. Where it's like you missed the point. The point was to do it to a certain extent for a certain amount so you can like drive off into the sunset and nobody will remember you. And they can't because they're not addicted to the money. It's not the money that they're addicted to. It's the clout. It's the attention. It's the engagement and interaction. that they can't get in real life. That's why they can't sit down, with somebody, with a friend or whomever, and have a genuine interaction with them because it doesn't feed that parasocial urge that even they themselves have towards their audience. Like a lot of people say, like the audience is parasocial with you. You'll be surprised how many streamers have a parasocial relationship with their audience.
Mhm. Um, you see it out in the wild, you just pay attention, but, it's just cringe, right? And you get that's the first thing of all, like, stop giving this kind of villain archetype assignment to these young women, and even old women that are, like, doing this, right? Because it's not cool, it's not cringe, it doesn't change much in society. The thing is that now what's happening is that women have a choice and they're choosing to not be with average men and to the economy's hard, so they're trying to scrounge up some money. So yeah, it does not hold up. Oh, she's selling her body for $4.99. She's not. She's selling nothing. A
Photo.
picture, right? Because she can cut off her face. She could put on a. There are women that like the uwu girls or whatever. If you saw
Ooh.
them without makeup, yeah, if you saw them without makeup, you wouldn't even know who they are because they just cake it on so much. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, stop being mad or stop trying to look for a way to dunk on these women because first off, they have nothing to do with you. You might date one or have sex with one, and you realize like that's it,
Mhm.
right? Because when you think like a lot of guys when they think OF women, right? They think these super sexual like monkey sex, and she's gonna bring in. Listen, the girl next door that works at the office or works as a barista or whatever, that girl is more likely a bigger freak than the girl that's does OF because there is a chance that the girl who does OF, like you said, has a parasocial relationship with their fans and doesn't know anything about socializing with anyone, especially men, especially behind closed doors and especially in the bedroom. Whereas
Mhm.
the office girl is probably banged like 3 or 4 dudes and knows, hey, men like this, men don't like this, and this, and that, right? And that's really what I got from it. When I was, the small experience I have with these women, it's just like you got to teach them like how to be a person a lot of the time. Like, hey, in this situation, you don't say this, you say this. Okay, you should learn this when you were 11, but you've been online since you were 11, so you
You
don't know.
you remember that scene in Lord of the Rings? Don't mention Boromir. Don't mention Frodo in the ring. In fact, Peregrine Took, it might be better if you don't speak at all. It's like,
Exactly.
that's
It's
how
just
you treat that's how you treat
yeah.
them.
Just call me stripper with the $10 Canadian. Not going to be around for this one. Showing love, no homo. Hopefully this gets some super chats rolling. Thanks, stripper. Uh, we'll just see you next time, man. Um,
I hope not.
yeah, I hope not. Yeah.
No,
Let's see.
Stripper, it's always good to have you here.
What was some? They look mad stupid and cringe, except Troy Francis looks like a G. Well, that's because Troy Francis. There's a difference between an influencer trying to pretend to be normal and someone normal trying to pretend to be an influencer. Do you understand? Like, Troy Francis has to do marketing like the rest of us, so he has to dip his toes and he has to do the thing. He has to do the marketing, right? But here's the thing, right? When you have a wealth of knowledge or experience on something, it looks so authentic, even when you're trying not to look authentic, right? People can just feel like this guy is the real deal. If like Zoomers especially can tell this. Zoomers, they they don't like buying this new data come. I don't know where it came from. They don't like buying stuff from AI generated ads and commercials. They will call it out. They'll be like, "I'm not buying that. That's an AI generated ad."
Mhm.
Boomers will be like, "Whoa, cool! An Asian woman selling me lotion? Fuck yeah!" Like, Zoomers are like, "That's cringe. I'm not buying that. That looks
This
fake."
cat is actually riding its bicycle? Oh my god. I've never seen a cat do that.
Yeah, they don't fall for AI marketing. So, someone going out and actually living life and just so happens to be caught on camera, it's almost and there's an irony to that because we've all tried to fake something using AI, and it's really at the end of the day, reality is reality. Like everyone thinks that the AI adult films were gonna take off, like men inputting what, and it never does. It's just that's just why OF is. listen, guys, nothing is replacing OF for the time being because it's real women. That is the point, right? It's real women. You cannot get validation from no matter how hard you try to like pretend that it's a real woman. Men still need validation. OnlyFans is not about sex and titty meat. Yeah, it gets you in. That's their marketing, but it's really about female validation because if there's something men want more than sex, it's I want mommy to like me, right?
Mhm. I want to be told
That
I'm a good boy. And with the
yeah.
OnlyFans thing, I could mention, like, it's gonna put women in their place. Dude, when centerfolds came out, centerfolds will make women realize to appreciate men. Then VHS came out. VHS porn is gonna teach women to appreciate men. Then DVD came out. DVD will teach women to appreciate men. Then you got, what did we get? Online. Then we got online free access to porn, where it's like, that will teach women to appreciate men. They're going to be replaced. Then you got the robots. Same thing. Gonna appreciate men. And now we have OnlyFans, and it's going to teach women to appreciate men and be kind. And where are we now? Nothing has changed for you.
Yeah.
Can
So
finally quote
yeah,
the old server. But,
yeah.
and guys, keep making up excuses for this, where it's like, oh, this will change everything. How about you change your perspective of women are not going to change, and this is the hand you're dealt with. Now learn how to play with it. Like, you can't mulligan your hand continuously. At a certain point, you're going to have to learn to play with the cards you're dealt with.
Mhm.
But no, you're going to keep wishing you had other cards in your hand. Well, you're not going to get them. And no matter what new game mechanic comes up, you can't change that. Learn to play.
Yeah. Um, what's the other dunk they try to use for OF girls? Oh,
Never find a man.
you'll never find a man. I'm like, there is no revenge fantasy, guys. Like, women will always figure it out as long as she's not. Maybe the ones that have drug addictions and alcohol addictions, because those are just so. Like I've seen women with those,
Mhm.
and it's really hard for them because it destroys their life to the point where you can't even function. Because you're so addicted. Like no man. That's like the number one cause of divorce is like I think addiction in women.
Mhm.
For like men divorcing women is addiction. Like men can't like at some point you're like I can't deal with this, right? But outside of that, which you might see that, right? And this is why I say you probably maybe you do get your revenge fantasy, but you won't like it because it probably involves someone being in so much pain and drug addicted and so fucked up that I don't feel good. Even my enemies, I'm just like, I don't want you to be miserable forever for the next 50 years of your life. I had no enjoyment of that, right? Unless you did something like if you hurt my dog, then
Yeah.
yeah, good luck. I hope there's a lot of pain in your life, right? But besides like something crazy like that, I don't want people to be miserable and alone in their apartment crying every day for the
If
rest
I
of the
tell you
time,
how to play your favorite card game,
Yeah, exactly.
then you deserve everything that's coming.
Yeah, but the the thing is here is that they're going to land on their feet, right? And the thing is, it may not be with you, it may not be with, but it will be with a pastor or a guy that makes a lot of money, trying to tell other men to forgive women, right? There's always a guy, right? So don't worry about it. They're always gonna land on their feet. So that's not a dunk either. Another dunk is that they can't get a job and they can't move on or whatever. Listen, unless she's very famous, right? And by the time she's very famous, that opens up other opportunities like, hey, that she could become a titty Twitch streamer or something. Like, guys, stop. Don't go with that angle, right? Like, just let it go. They'll figure it out. You figured it out. It. We love women so much that we're like society does not like it when women are lose when women don't win, right? So
We
there's
will,
plenty of men. Yeah.
yeah, we will protect them at any cost, from facing the consequences of their own actions. We just had this. I mean, I'm still not sure what it is. Maybe it's fake. I think it's fake. This was too much. This guy, like, my wife had a promiscuous life before me, and he had like 2 to 3 pages of Deering on why he married this girl. And by the way, Deering defend, excuse, explain, and rationalize away her past. And I'm like, this has got to be fake. It makes for great content, though. But women will land on their feet because there's always some religious guy who chooses the moral high ground and will show you what a real man does to a woman because women deserve to be saved. I was like, the guy doesn't want to listen. We can force feed him our podcast. I can put my book down his throat. I can put the whole bibliography of Rollo down his
And
throat.
he'll hate you. He'll hate you for it.
He'll hate me for it. Yeah,
Yep.
he'll hate me for it. Lewis.
Yeah. Yeah. So Lewis Dev with the 4.99. Glad you came back from your cigarette run, Nuke. Thank you. Dark Knight Dev, member for 18 months. Glad to see you're back. Hope you're streaming tomorrow. I see people make TikToks on the bus. It's the most cringe stuff ever. Yeah. Third person view, man, of reality is just so weird. And you see it on your phone or on a screen, you're like, wow, cool. But then if you see it, if you really saw a third person view, you'd be like, yikes, what the hell?
Did you
You
see
know?
that poor TikTok girl though? It was I didn't even know how they caught that on camera, but
What?
girl was manically depressed and she jumped off a bridge. Oh my god. Father came out and he's like, no, I've been trying to tell her like this online thing, it's not good for you. But in her quest for validation, she drove herself mad. It was on Twitter like to yesterday. It was like that was so brutal. And you know what the horrible thing is? Everybody was going after the dad. It's like this is the dad's fault. It's all his. It's like, how, what do you always say? You owe zero women your protection. You really think her father didn't go out of his way to protect his daughter? You think she listened? Mm-mm.
That's literally like the whole protection thing. I harp on it so much because it's your life. It's your life. Really, literally, it is your life. Women, even the most conservative, most pro man women on earth, all believe that you secretly should die for them on a whim, right? And you have to let it known, hey, if you go to somewhere where you're not supposed to be, I
Mm-hmm.
can't help you, even if I'm next to you. I can't help you. This isn't, this isn't one-to-one combat where I can just go train and for like 6 months and then I'm like, okay, everyone is not armed. We're all fighting on even ground. We're fighting on soft ground on the grass. No, there's concrete and glass, and I can get jumped and I can go to jail, or I can get, half my body I can become paraplegic and I can't do anything. I can't even have sex with you. Like it, it's women's job to protect us now. Right. And I mean that. I know it sounds like something funny to say, but really, women have hyper agency. Women can go places and do things that men can't because other men put them there and push them to do it and pay for their way to do it. Right. I can't go on my Instagram and be like, I want to go to New York this weekend and hit up a girl and be like, hey, I want to see you. I can't do that. But a woman can. Right. That's hyper agency. So at the end of the day, let your girl, if you're dating someone seriously in a monogamous relationship, let them know that, like, hey, you're in charge of keeping me because my reputation, people are going to believe you if something happens between us. People are going to think that I'm the one in the wrong. People are going to look at me and be like, why does he with her, and try to like cause a little bit of ruckus in the club or something. And women are just like, huh? And I'm like, if you understand this, or I'm leaving you because my life is not worth, uh, it's not worth it. My
Mm-hmm.
life, my financial stability, none of that is worth you trying to prove to other people that I would die for you. Fuck you,
Yeah,
fuck
like
that.
getting me into harm's way. And also, a lot of guys think like, oh, street fights are fair. No, they're not. I've been to a
Never.
club. I've been to a club once. This guy just snuck up on him from the back and hit him with a beer bottle. Broke the damn
Exactly.
thing on the back of his head. Didn't care. Just wanted to get him. It's like there's
Yep.
no honor in any of that. None of
No.
it. And Ed Lattimore says it best. And Ed Lattimore is a professional trained fighter. Even he said it. He's like, the best way to win a fight is to make sure you're never in one. Just
Yeah.
situational awareness is what you want.
Yeah. So that, you know, I know we're a little bit off topic, but yeah, that's very, very important. Very, very important, guys, because it's something that of all the red pill stuff, of all the like dark parts of female nature that affect you directly, yeah, there's some stuff like women, you know, alpha fucks, beta bucks. She'll bring another man to your funeral, but you're dead at that point, so it's not your problem, right? What really can affect you on a day to day basis, right, is women have all this agency and no accountability, and that hurts people in the path of it's a war path because they don't see the damage they do to other people. They only see how it makes them feel, the solipsism, right? Women that are good with other people and good with relationships, they have mastered that, or at least, hey, if I do this, how does it affect my husband, my boyfriend, my son, my daughter? So when you see these people online do all this crazy shit like, hey, my wife was a whore, and they have kids, or hey, my husband did this, and it's like a normal working guy who has to go to his friends, and his friends are going to make fun of him because his wife is humiliating him on the internet. Those type of people don't have that within them, right? They just think, oh, cloud is more important than the people around me. And those are the scariest fucking people to be around, even as friends, because they will sell you out for a crumb of clout. A little bit. Not even for 10 likes. I mean, and I've seen it so many times. Not because if you sold me out and you became like, if you got like a great payout, I'd be like, you know, I can see why. But if you did it for like 20 likes, I'd be like, really? That's what I'm worth? 20 likes? My, you know, like,
That,
come on.
that's why I'm like, because I've mentioned it, like my plan is to get to the States eventually. And I've had like people hit me up where it's like, oh, when you're in the state, hit me up. And I'm kind of like, there's only a few people who will know when I'm there, and those are the people I'm gonna hang out with, and I'm gonna ask them kindly, not to go on an Instagram live or whatever. Like photos, okay, if you ask me, but other than that, please no. Just please no. Mm-mm. I mean, I wouldn't understand who would want to go live with me. I mean, other than you, but but it's like the real world and the online world keep them separated, and these girls just can't. Like, can you imagine having OnlyFans as your identity? It's like, and look,
That's another thing. Yeah.
yeah, like a lot of people, I to a degree, I pity these girls to a degree. Like, don't get me wrong, where it's like this is all they have. Sophie Rain, you know, you really think she's happy? I mean, to a degree. I mean, she gets plenty of dough, and she
I
looks
don't think
smart enough. But
I don't think she earns the amount of money she says.
mm,
Um, it just doesn't make sense. It makes more sense that she says that as a way to get people on the platform, women on the platform.
mm-hmm.
I think that's um it's just she doesn't do enough. You know, there's women that are like doing like gangbangs, right? And they're earning like maybe a tenth of what she's earning. And I'm like, she does nothing, right? And guys, you know what I'm saying? Like the workload isn't there. And I'm waiting for the gimmick. What does she do? Does she like, you know, go into outer space and have sex there? You know, like what is I'm and the thing is I'm a man. Women appeal to me. I'm a man, and I'm like, okay, ass to waist or hip to waist ratios there. I
Mhm.
could see it's the right hip to waist ratio where white guys and black guys and brown guys all find it appealing, right? Because there's just that slider has to be. It's like, oh, it's really because white guys tend to like less hips and thinner women, right? If they're not fat themselves. And then black guys like to, you know, it's a little crazy what they like. And then brown guys are a little bit higher than black guys, but not by far. But she's like right there. So I'm like, okay, that's in place. But there's hundreds of women like that. So does she like play our favorite video games? Like, is she a gamer too? Does
Mhm.
she like World War II history? Like what is the thing here I'm missing? Because there's women that look like her that also like build Legos or whatever the fuck, right? I'm guessing. Like there's probably one OF girl that builds her identity around a hobby. Like I'm just a slutty Lego girl. I'm just a slutty Warhammer girl. And I'm like, that makes sense. That's perfect. I understand why guys go goo goo gaga. It makes sense. But like she's just like, I exist
And
And
her
I'm like,
her her boobs are pretty pancake-ish, in all honesty.
yeah,
It's like,
and I guess yeah, and I guess maybe there's an attainability factor, like, she's sagging, so it makes it look like she's attainable, but, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think it's AstroTurf. I'm
yeah,
convinced
it
it's
could
AstroTurf.
very well be. It could very well be. I just had a very dark thought, in all honesty. Like, what do you think's gonna happen to, what's her name? Bonnie Blue. I don't see that ending well. Just from a psychological standpoint, I'm like, either she is so adept to her mindset, you know? It's like the where she knows, like, "Oh, yeah, no, I'm messed up, and I've learned to live with it, and this is how I cope with it," or it hasn't hit yet. You know what I'm saying? Because now all of a sudden she's pregnant or whatever, and she's still doing, like, fivesomes while pregnant. It's like, this that I know it's all
Uh,
shock factor, but at a certain point, it's gotta be like, how does she process it kinda thing? Not shaming her, but more like from a psychological point of view, I'm like, "Wow."
yeah. My guess, let's get the super chat, and then we'll return to that. Donald J. DeMarco with the $5 sounds unlikely, but I heard Elon talked buying and then closing down OF as a platform. It'll probably just prompt a new platform. Yeah, there's already like multiple platforms. I think there's Fansly, I think it's called,
Mhm.
and there's Patreon. Like that's
Oh,
what
does
Patreon
Patreon
used
do
to be
nudes?
about. Huh?
Does
Yeah,
Patreon do
women.
nudes?
Yeah, they do anything. It's a free speech platform, aka a porn platform.
Oh, so that's
Anything
why,
that says free speech. Yeah,
yeah,
and
that's why Peterson
so
was banned.
guys, women will never fight harder than to market themselves sexually, right? Because it's genetically that is like I saw this account and it's a video game account run by a cute Japanese girl. And she's bitching now on the platform because she posted and she never posts herself. She only posts video game stuff. So kudos to her. She finally broke down and said, I gotta show my ass. It's just within me. And she's now bitching all over the timeline that the app, Twitter or X, flagged it as adult content. And all she did was she was in yoga pants and she just did a little cute spin, shook her ass for like 3 seconds. And it didn't delete it. She didn't get it just got marked for um adult content. Right. It just went and it's still available. Like you just click one button and you can see this little Asian girl shaking her ass, right? And that right there, that is intersexual dynamic. That is a lesson there, guys, because she is bitching and complaining. Not that her last post didn't make enough money, or not that this thing about because I think she does video games and popular culture and stuff. Not about her numbers and her virality not being the same. It's why won't they let me show my ass without it flagging as that I'm a whore? Do you understand the implications in the lesson in there? It's the plausible deniability. When you take away women's plausible deniability, they crash out. That's why on the same reason this girl is crashing out because Twitter said, "Hey, you're kind of a hoe, so we're gonna flag as if you're a hoe, and you have to say, hey, want to come back to my place and have drinks or see my dog or whatever." It's the same reason. It's plausible deniability. Women do not want to confront the fact that they're a hoe, so you have to you know, you have to play the game, so to speak, right? So
Women love to be hoes, they just don't want anybody to know that they love to be
yeah,
hoes.
so she's crashing out, and I don't know if I can show you guys this. Well, maybe
Uh-oh.
I think I'm
Crash
gonna
out.
unfollow her. I think
Crash
when I
out.
unfollow, it's just annoying when I see people that have this great opportunity to tweet and be on the internet saying stupid shit, and no, that's the one. And then complain that there we go. All right, let me make sure all the chats are closed.
Is Twitter doing the streaming thing again where it's messing things up?
I don't know. Hold on.
Oh, well. I don't know what Elon's doing with that platform, but every now and then I'm like, "Man, just stop wanting to optimize everything." It was good. It was good. But if he's gonna buy OnlyFans and close it, first of all, that would be the biggest waste of money he's ever done, and Donald J. DeMarco is
Well, he
100%
knows
right.
that. He's
Yeah.
smarter than both of us. Elon's not stupid, guys. Like he's
No.
like remember on the internet, everyone thinks they discovered fire. Everyone thinks that, oh, we've done it. right? We're the ones we have figured out how to fix society. I'm like, really? No one else thought of it before you, bro? So yeah, here's the tweet. I give up. This has become absolutely ridiculous in the last 2 weeks. This video has been posted in the past with no problem because there is no problem with it. There are reasons people have to disappear for 3 days for a search ban to clear, and I pay premium plus for this service. Then she tags, all her internet daddies. Is there no problem with adult content flagging on your app? And guys, like for what it's worth, she may not know what she's saying or what this implies, right? But it's the same thing with OnlyFans. And I want you guys to understand this. Women will fight very, very hard anytime you try to take away women's ability to market themselves sexually. You will be met with the amount of rage of 100 bulls or 100 tigers or whatever. Like it's like I liken it to this, and I'm so glad I came up with this analogy because I worked really hard on it during the pandemic. There was this talk about eating the bugs. Remember that? Like they wanted us to eat bugs and like mash them up, and it was like, oh, it's better than normal. It's more dense and better protein, right? But it's just mashed up crickets and worms and stuff. It's more protein, and all the gym bros were like, fuck that. I will go to war for my steak, right? Because what's our number one agency has met? Strength. We're stronger than women.
Huh.
It's what separates us from women. The number one thing is that we're stronger. And what's the source of our strength? Protein. So they're taking away our agency, right? They're taking away our steak. They don't like stop eating steak and cows, eat bugs, right? So all men felt like this anger and this rage within them, like I will burn down this country before I eat the bugs, right? That's how women feel about you trying to take away their primary agency, which is their sexuality. That's
Mhm.
that rage. That it's the same thing. You are taking away power from them. So in this instance, just like when we argue against OnlyFans girls, oh, we got to shut down the app and ban this, ban that. It doesn't matter because they will fight harder than anything to have that. And that way you don't waste your freaking time trying to shame women or hold them accountable. They're not gonna stop. They're
Because
not gonna stop, guys.
they're not, and you know why? Because women don't care about the opinion of a man they're not sleeping with. So as long as you're not sleeping with them, your opinion is invalid. Speaking of that cricket thing, by the way, I saw what was it? Some dude on Twitter was like, "Oh, I visited Amsterdam and blah blah blah. You know what? I wanted to get a quick protein snack, and I looked at the macros, and they were pretty good until I saw this. And apparently, in the Netherlands, it's already that far where it's like cricket powder in their protein bars. I'm like, oh damn! And it's like, oh Lord in heaven, it's happening.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a sad state of affairs what Europe has become. But no, it's like this
All right.
thing, they women will fight you. They will.
Yeah, till the very end. Sight on Siege. Hey, Luis Dev, I sent you a gifted subscription to Jack Substack. Did you get it? So, guys, Siege is very nice, and he's giving gifted subscriptions to our Substacks. So, if in the chat you guys want one, and he has any left, just let him know. Yeah. All right. So, uh, cool. We've kind of like got out a lot of like thoughts, but let's organize ourselves a little bit. And I wanted to, I made an infographic
Ooh,
um for this. I wasn't gonna use it, but since it's only us two, I'm going to present it.
just the two of us. Oh, look at
So
that.
this is an infographic, guys, and I made it kawaii because I thought it was funny.
Kawaii.
The modern sexual economy, analyzing the shift. Hearts, stars, and
This is amazing.
yeah. There's another one. There's a more anime one. Well, I can show you guys that one if you guys like, but I just think this is hilarious, right? So, um, the three market disruptions, right? And this is like this is analyzing. There is no reason to be mad at OnlyFans and how we come out on the other side winning because I won and it's the sex apocalypse, right? So let's go to this corner of the thing. All right, class. Oh wait, hold on. There we go. So the three market disruptions. Digital access lowers the price. Digital platforms have fixed the cost of sexual content to roughly the price of a cup of coffee. You guys, yes, like I said, it's not women are not selling their body on OnlyFans for $4.99. They're selling you pictures of themselves, right? That is not the same thing. However, here's a crazy thing, and now women are starting to realize, how much am I worth? Women are starting to realize, you know why a lot of women don't do sugar dating? It's not because they don't want to. It's because they're afraid to find out how much they actually are worth. Can you imagine you've always been told you're pretty and hot and perfect, and you go on sugar dating and you see women who charge more than you, and you can't charge more than that because you're not as like, that's got to be tough for women. No
Mhm.
wonder they get plastic surgery. So now we know the price of, right? Because if you're not hot or crazy or both, you can't charge a lot. You won't make, like, the market. There is a market now that tells you how much you're worth, and that's awesome, right? So that kind of OnlyFans humbles women more than you can know. Imagine starting an OnlyFans and it fails.
Oh, well, did you know that a lot of the OnlyFans fail, actually? It's a shame Rolo is here, and I wish him a speedy recovery because of the surgery he had this past week. But he mentioned that where there's something about that data that is a little bit misinterpreted about the amount of women who actually make a solid living out of OnlyFans, because it's not much. It turns out like the average income of OnlyFans per month is only around $200 or something like that.
Mm-hmm. I heard it was
But
143, but
oh
something
yeah,
like
yeah,
that. I don't know.
it's low.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't
Right.
matter. You can't pay your groceries with it. Barely.
Exactly. You cannot pay your groceries with it. But there was something about that data point that is kind of skewed, because apparently it is higher than one would think, but still, it remains a fact that a lot, if not a majority of these women on OnlyFans are not worth enough, to buy groceries with.
Exactly.
It hurts
And
their ego,
and,
man. It hurts
and
their
they can
ego.
mark. And here's the thing: like, there's a woman. I'm not gonna say her name. She blocked me, and she used to have an OF, right? And she made a long post the other day, like, "Yeah, I used to have an OF, blah blah blah." And look at it like this, guys. I get mad too. I'm a man. I don't like when people outdo me for less effort. I'm just like everyone else. I get over it quickly, but it's still a thorn in my side, right? It's just like, but realize this. I organically built my social media up just by posting bangers. And there are women that have to show their tit or their booty cheek at different angles constantly to make half of what I make. And all I post my dog. Do you guys understand how awesome that is? Like, that is amazing. Me and Jack provide value, right? And they do too, to an extent, because there's a lot of lonely men that I'm glad have some outlet. But they have to do this. No one cares about what they think. No one cares about their deep thoughts on anything. No one cares that they game. They're there for, you're a girl. And they
Yep.
have to contend with that. And you know when they contend with that? When the sales and the views start declining, because it's a revolving door, gentlemen. There's always going to be a new girl, younger, hotter, tighter, and we as men, we ain't shit. We're just gonna be like, ooh, new shiny object, and that's what's gonna happen to Bonnie Blue, Jack. Like we were saying, it's
Mhm.
not the whole taking, because that's, women can disassociate, right? If women can disassociate within a marriage with a guy they don't like, that they're not attracted to, then they can disassociate with five muscular immigrant dudes, giving her the business.
Oh,
Like, let's be
no.
honest, it's women can disassociate, guys. And I know it hurts our egos as men, but women can have sex with you and be like disgusted and just get through it, right? That's women for you, right?
What was it, Whisper or Archwinger who said it? Every unhappy wife is a grape victim.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, exactly. That's where I'm pulling this from. So, what's gonna hurt Bonnie Blue or any woman that is the clout, right? Is like lack of relevance, going into irrelevancy, right?
Mhm.
It literally is the most painful thing in a woman's world to find out that no one cares anymore. And that's why, as these women age, they got to do more and more. Now, imagine Bonnie Blue in 5 years, and she says, "I'm gonna bang 10 guys, in the forest." Guys are gonna be like, you did 1,000 or 100, in some warehouse back alley place in London. We don't care anymore. Like, do
While
1,000 in
you were
space.
pregnant. Yeah, while
Yeah,
you were pregnant. Do it. What?
yeah.
2,000 in space?
Yeah, like, you went too hard too fast. You had to you know, you had to do it
If I
step by
don't see
step.
lightsabers penetrating that asshole, I ain't watching.
And that's why they become religious, right? Because there is clout to be farmed there, right? That's why they don't become religious and then go off to be a mom or a wife and just live. They become religious because there is attention there. There's validation. There is fame is still there. And that is, I like that men are starting to catch on to this because it's too obvious now. They're so arrogant. A lot of these women are so arrogant that they think that men are. You can fool some people some of the time, but you can't fool everyone all of the time. So there you go.
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me no,
Yeah,
yeah, fool me twice, shame on me. I think you're right about that one. At a certain point, Bonnie just can't get the attention anymore, no matter how extreme it is. Or something is gonna come out where it's like, "Oh, they were all prosthetics and blah, 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 blah," and the grift kind of fails, and she just can't keep it up.
yeah. And guys, that's your revenge fantasy there, and you won't see it. You won't hear about it. But women cannot deal with lowering. That's why they become very neurotic when they hit 30. It's not because it's for men. We are okay with no one giving a shit about us. We've been like this since they were 12. Since we were 12, we learned, hey, when I'm cry or when I'm sad, everyone tells me to man up. But women, they start feeling like men around 35. I'm like, man, this is what it feels like to be a man. I'm like, even then, you don't know what it's like to be a man, right? But you're starting to figure out a little bit of it. So, yeah. All right. Let's get this super chat real quick. Mountain Man Tops with the 4.99. Thank you, sir. Nuke, love the PowerPoint slides. Are these yours or are they available in the public domain? They're mine, and I use Notebook LM. I input articles in my own work, and it spits out this, and then I go in and make sure it's sound and all that stuff. So, anyways, let's continue so you can go back to seeing our faces again. Um, Reallocation of male attention. Male attention is shifting from traditional social interactions to affordable custom digital content, right? So now you're not an OF girl and you go out and there's no men anywhere. They're not showing up to speed dating events. They're not, they're online. And not only that, since OnlyFans the barrier of entry is low, you have to compete even now you have to compete harder in real life and now you got to compete harder in OnlyFans. What a win, Jack. What? Wow. You did it, ladies. You freaking did it.
Congratulations. You remember that for Super Smash Brothers Melee?
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that. Like, do you guys see why you guys being mad at this is so stupid? You've gotten front row seats to the most arrogant kind of uh business model for women where they think, oh, if I start an OnlyFans, there's they don't know what they're about to find out. They're about to find out that they can't sell 3.99 to 10 dudes or 100 dudes. I did. I'm able to by writing, right?
Mhm.
And I hopefully you guys get good value. And you know what? I respect your time, so I don't, but they can't. No amount of titty meat they can ever get above a certain number, and they got to live with that, right? The ultimate humbling of the market. So, and then they go in real life, and then they realize like, hey, I got to compete harder for attention for a relationship because these men are already, on. It just sucks all around for them, right? And here we are, mad. You know what I'm saying?
Mad at
Uh,
absolutely nothing. Mad at
mad.
nothing.
Nothing. Yeah. Normalization of the sex economy. As sex workers enter the mainstream economy, market prices become public and centered. Yeah. So now, now we know what women are worth, at least digitally, right? So all right. So old world, traditional, accessibility, high effort, low variety. This is the trads where they want they want the time machine. They want to have sex with approximately one woman. And you know what you had to do to have sex with one woman? You had to go to war. You had to be a plow horse. You got no time for hobbies. Your only job in life was husband and factory worker or worker. Wow, what an existence. People want to go back to that just for pussy. Can you believe that, Jack?
Have you worked in the factory? You probably
No.
have. Oh,
I
I
worked in a
did.
refinery though. I worked in a refinery though, and that shit
Oh,
sucked. It
oh,
sucked
yeah.
balls.
Yeah, almost, yeah, kinda the same. I worked a couple of factory jobs, And guys, if you can get out of it, you want to. Believe me. I mean, to a certain degree, a factory job can be nice because you can just put your mind at ease. You just put everything on zero and you do your work and you go, you come and you go kind of thing. But to do that for 30 years, I've seen guys who worked in a factory for 40 to 50 years. They're not
Their
happy,
bodies are
man.
all fucked, and their bodies are
Oh,
all fucked up, dude, like hunchbacks and just, like, they don't even walk like normal people, dude.
their soul is gone.
Yeah.
Their soul is gone.
It's repetitive work, man, and it's boring, and it's just not good for your soul. So,
Mhm.
yeah. All right, so, competition, high male competition. So yeah, back in the day, uh, so you didn't have to work hard to get married, so there was no competition, right? So right now, when I was 18, or I wanted to get married at 23, I'm like, I want to finish college and get married, right? Normal life path. And then I hit 23 and I'm like, I cannot compete. Uh, or I cannot compete. So I just, lifted weights, worked hard at my job, learned how to charm and date women, learned how to be a better human being. I'm like 10 times better than I was when I was in my 20s. And then I look around, there's no competition. I'm like, oh, everyone's jerking it to OnlyFans girls, and everyone's fat, everyone's bad with money, everyone's socially awkward. I have no competition, really. The only thing is all I gotta worry about is being in the right place at the right time once you have
All you
everything
gotta
else
do.
in place.
Well, and
Yeah.
that was the thing, right? Sorry. That was the thing, right? And I even mentioned that to Rolo, where he always says, average women do not want to get with average men. It's like, okay, Rolo, but what does the average man look like? Can you blame them? Because I
Yeah.
can't. The bar is so incredibly low these days. And I'm not shitting on Rolo, absolutely not. I just like having these conversations where it's like, can you blame the average woman for not wanting to be with the average man? Because the average man is obese.
Yeah.
We're at that point that the average Western man is overweight or obese. Yes, guys, that is how low the bar really is at this point.
Yeah. Um, so supply, regulated cartel style, meaning that you only got one girl, and it was like sexual communism back in the day. Like everyone, you had your girl, right? And
Mhm.
if you didn't have one, people would find you a woman, right? And that's it. And like, great, you could be paired up with an ugly, bitchy, shitty wife, and that was your life for the next 50 years. Congratulations, you win at life. Whereas now, let's change it over here. The new competitive landscape, guys. The scarcity of traditional relationships. While relationship material options have decreased, the author argues male competition is decreasing even faster. And this is the fucking shit I keep trying to tell guys
Mm.
over and over again. Guys, I'm terminally online just like you guys, and I see women doing crazy shit and being mean and buying houses with their OnlyFans money, which a house isn't even a great asset anymore. So
Nope.
congrats, ladies. So uh your competition is dwindling faster than you think. Do you know how I know this? It's because despite all the red pill information and despite everything, there are guys that still want a time machine. There are guys that will bitch and complain, and then they show me a picture of themselves and they're fat. And I'm
Mhm.
like, dude, uh, you need to hit the gym before you start telling people, especially women, that they're the reason you can't get laid, and that it's the end of the world because women have agency. You cannot. And then there's guys that have that in place, but they're gym cells. I'm like, hey, so what do you do outside of the gym? Play video games. I'm like, that's great, dude. I love video games too, but you gotta like go outside. You gotta make people laugh and make people like you. What do you mean? There's your competition, guys. Um,
Well, the
go on.
dress, I mean,
Yeah,
their fashion alone, it's like baggy
yeah. Cargo
t-shirts,
shorts,
cargo
cargo
shirts,
shorts to salsa night. Yeah, I've
and
seen it.
running shoes. I did that automatically. I didn't even know. I just wanted bland white sneakers because that fits under everything. They're timeless, and you pointed it out. I'm like, wait, huh?
Mhm.
Like running shoes or sneakers? What's the difference? And you show me the difference. I'm like, Holy shit. Yeah, you're absolutely right. And I see so many guys in these like brightly colored, ugly, very loud, if that makes sense, running shoes where it's like, guys,
Clown
just
shoes.
wear
They're like clown shoes.
yeah,
Yeah.
like wear nice Chelsea boots and or timeless white sneakers. I bought a pair today because I really needed new shoes. Just a nice pair of Adidas, plain white.
Yep. And they're
They
like
match.
$40 on Amazon. Yeah. The colorful ones are expensive. They're
Oh
overly
yeah, they're
expensive.
they're almost collector's items these days. Where it's like, God,
Yeah.
people, come on, man.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying, guys. Like, I know it may not seem it because on the internet, you know, uh, dog bites man doesn't make news. Man bites dog makes the news. So you're going to see egregious examples of women absolutely killing it at life with their mid bodies, mid faces, and mid takes. But guys, go outside as much as you can. Right? Go to a coffee shop, the airport. Next time you're at the airport, look around. Next time you're at hell, and not the gym, because the gym is a self-improvement space. You're gonna see 10 out of 10 bodies. You're gonna see
Yep.
dudes where you're gonna like you want to go up to them and be like, dude, how do I get shoulders like yours? Right? You're gonna see people that are at the top of their game physically. So that's not a great place to like, oh, this is my it's help. If you in a healthy way say my competition is here because this is my bracket, right? Which is fit people. That's okay, but realize that you may have something on them that they can't do. Maybe you're more charming. Maybe you live in a better area. Maybe whatever it is, right? Play to your strengths. But if you leave these places and go to a bar, go to an airport, go to hell, even a park, you're going to see, wow, this is my competition. These awkward people.
These guys
Yeah.
who can't even say hello or look a woman in the eye.
Yeah. And if you guys want to know why men in cultures that have what do you call the arranged marriages are so weird and creepy,
Mhm.
it's because of this, right? I'm not going to mention any countries specifically, but there's a
Mhm.
certain country where they have arranged marriages and the men are weird and creepy. They stare at women on the beach. They stand 10 feet away from her and stare at them, right? Do you know why? It's because they never had to learn, they never had to level up or learn how to be attractive to women. It competition and think makes you better. You cannot get good at a video game with the settings on easy. You'll be weird, you'll suck at it. But if you put it on normal and then hard, you'll be really, really good and you'll have a better time, have more fun, right? Um, but
What are you
anyways,
playing these days anyway?
I just started Crimson Desert and then
Ooh.
I'm still playing. I'm like quarter of the way through Octopath Traveler.
Oh, man,
All right, let's
I'm
get through
playing.
this.
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
go.
go ahead.
Well,
Let's get through
I
this so they
wanted
can see our
to
faces.
yeah,
Yeah.
let's go there, let's go. Go, go, go.
All right. All right. So the power shift. Look, I got a Kawhi strong dude. spinning spinning a globe.
Muscles!
Yeah. And spinning a globe with a hat on it. This is all right. The power shift. I don't know what I was trying to I think pass is what it meant to say. The past claims modern shifts give men more leverage over social interactions than traditional patriarchy did. Right. So now you have leverage, right? Because now you have technology that helps you improve. You have a whole world in front of you. You're not bound by sacrifice. You don't have to work 60, 70 hours a week in a factory. You can work 40. Hell, you can work 20 and make money online. Hell, you can make money only online. You know, hell, you can take a month off of working and just go to Japan or go to Mexico. The world is in front of you, right? And this is what guys are afraid of. This is why we say, I think Rolo says this, men have the keys to their own prison, but they're too afraid to use it. Guys, we
Yeah.
have almost endless possibility as men. Women don't like this, so they'll say like, "Oh, men hit the wall by 32, like 30, like just like us." I'm like, "No, dude. Life starts at 30. That's when life as a man starts getting really freaking good so fast that you're just like, what the hell? A girl likes me and I didn't do much effort. I'm like, yeah, dude, you're 30. That's why. You're 30. That's why.
You have your shit
Experience.
in order.
Yes. And you have a lot more, and you're still not even halfway through your life. They had 10 years to get a guy and to live all this fun hot girl style and to sell their pics on the internet. And that's it. And yeah, they'll extend it with surgery or medical miracles or whatever, or lying. But yeah, that's it. It's the mentality part for them, right?
Mm,
And here's my favorite part, the test drive expectation. Modern
mm,
dating now often requires a trial period before any commitment is considered. So now this is what women did. They wanted freedom, they wanted the ability to do OnlyFans or whatever. But you know what? Now, Jack, the cost of our commitment is skyrocketing because neither of us are going to wait around for a girl to give us sex when the girl next door or the next girl or her sister or her friend will give it to us for less effort. We're just not
mm.
going to wait around anymore.
Well, once you've had sex on the first date, and then you get sex within the first hour of meeting her, your time becomes so precious and your
Yep.
patience so little. It's like, oh, but I do this for guys first. No, you do that with me first, and I don't have time for that. Next, because we know what girls who are genuinely into us do. We know how they behave, and they don't put up hoops for us to jump through. They make it easy for us.
Yeah. And this is guys, and this is why I say we won, right? It's just you have to let go of your expectations and you also have to ask yourself tough questions, right? And we'll get to let me just finish this piece and then we'll put our beautiful faces back on the stream.
Hmm.
All right. So modern economy, digital, accessibility, quick, easy, cheap, variety, right? So whether it is like guys and make sure no one's around you. Type in like go go on incognito mode and type in literally anything you could think of and put OF, like girl that drives cars naked or something, because I saw a car there, right?
Hmm.
There it probably exists. That's how quick, easy, and cheap this shit has gotten. There's literally something for everyone, right? I was scrolling through my Instagram reels and I'm like, I have a lot of Legos now because people keep giving me Legos. So
Nice.
I guess it pops up on my timeline. And then there's this girl who's just, she's discussing the history of a certain Lego figure. And you know where the Lego figure was? In her back pocket, and the whole screen was just her ass. And I'm
Yep.
like, there is Lego smut on the internet. I didn't know you could do that, right? She put a figure in her back pocket and started talking about the history of this figure. And I'm like, wow, that's the level. It's like you know, quick, easy, and cheap with endless
I
variety.
I know.
It's crazy.
I've told you about the PokeTuber, right? The girl
Yeah.
opening packs with her son who turned out to be a single mom and she has an OnlyFans and it's like, "But do you
Yeah.
not know shame?" And it's like, "No, they don't. They don't."
No.
You know?
Yeah. Rents do. They need that little extra money. So because
Yep.
competition. We already talked about dwindling male competition, and then supply, publicly known lowered value, meaning that Now now you have an approximate price because if you were in the 60s and you got married, you have no idea the cost of sex. To you, it's your whole life and your sacrifice till forever. Now it's nice cologne, a nice fitted suit or a nice shirt, and maybe a little bit of experience, which you don't need much. In 3 months, you'll be able to make a girl laugh if you're an absolute autist, right? And that's it. That's all it takes to get sex. And not only
Mhm.
that, some women will give you sex and cook and do your laundry and do you favors and leave you alone and buy you stuff and play video games with you and introduce you to their friends for just because you exist because you did everything else like the hot guy stuff and not the I want to sacrifice, please stop ruining the game, OnlyFans. Give me a fucking break, guys, really.
OnlyFans isn't even ruining the game. It's making everything so much easier for you, you know?
Yeah.
It really does. And also, like, if you run into a girl, um, who has an OnlyFans, that's a test of your game as well. It's like, "Oh, I have an OnlyFans." "Really? How's that going?" Or you go, "Oh, you harlot, get away from me." Which guy do you think has more success? With
Yeah,
women in
exactly.
general.
Hmm. And
You were right,
this is
though.
what
We do have pretty faces.
yeah, skincare routine. Or maybe I'm crusty, I don't know. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. And guys, um, it may not be easy to swallow at first, the whole OnlyFans thing, right? But I want you guys to understand that OnlyFans is not a morality problem, right? It's a biology problem. It is an uncomfortable truth that we have to face. But we as smart men, competent men, we have to learn how to win in this situation. Just like our every single generation learned how to win in their situation. World War II, they figured out how to win. Uh, doesn't matter. Every generation has something they got to fucking deal with. For ours, it's female hyper agency, right? The fact that women can do whatever they want all the time, there's going to be men to enable them, and it only gets it's to the point where it's even afraid it's scary to just be in a relationship with one because of the amount of hyper agency they have, right? So that's why now you got to build frame, and frame isn't telling women like the business. Frame is who you are. It's built on 3 pillars, and if you don't have those things in place, you're going to be mad at OnlyFans because you're going to blame them for why you're not happy. So that's fact, Jax. Mountain Man Tops, thank you for the 199.
Thanks, Mountain Man.
Ooh woo. Nick, you see the recent Nick, you see the recent shit with DL Hughley's daughter? No. And I don't think I want to know. Thank you.
I don't
All
know
right.
who DL Hughley is.
It's an American black comedian. But
okay.
yeah, I probably have an idea of what it is, but yeah. Is there anything to add? You have anything to add, Jack? Or
I mean, you had this brilliant essay by Archwinger. I'll put it in the chat for guys who want to check that one out. But not Arch, Whisper. Sorry about that. By Whisper, and he brought up such a good point where he said, "Did you not ever wonder why the old world failed? Why the trad cons get their asses kicked by feminism? Because top side up pussy cartel world sucked too, just in a completely different way. Think about how thirsty the baby boomer men must have been to kick over their entire society just for the promise of a little unshaven free love poontang."
yeah,
The
it's one of my
whole
favorite
sexual
essays.
yeah, the whole sexual revolution, they let it happen for a chance of getting with them. Not even the guarantee of getting with hippie chicks, but just the slight probability, you know? And now women are giving it up for $5 a month, and you're sitting here like, "Oh my god, it's the doom of society." It's like society was doomed anyway, you know? And I know the red pill, the whole thing. We're always we're being shamed for coomers and whatever. And I'm like, no, it's not a coomer thing. It's a look at the playing field thing. And how will you make the best out of it? And if women want to do this, I mean, let's be honest here, 85% of them are still not on OnlyFans, but they do likely have an opinion that's positive towards OnlyFans. And in that case, you need to be able to learn some game. Do not take seriously what the gods made for fun, you know? Apply amused mastery, cocky funny, things like that. So when she does bring up OnlyFans, yeah, what's your opinion of it? Man, I love it when women give it out for practically free. Makes my job easy. And just watch it go. Do
And
not take
then
seriously.
shame in the other direction. Shame them for not being wild enough.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, I thought about starting an OnlyFans. I'm like, you thought? I thought, why didn't you follow through?
Yeah. Are you a
I
quitter?
only did. Yeah, are you a quitter? I didn't know I was on a date with a quitter, just like that, with a shit eating grin in your face. Yeah, that's how you. And you know what? That's 10 times better than visible disgust when a girl does that, right? Because amused mastery, like I said before, you're going to maybe date one of these girls. Maybe seriously, maybe not seriously. And I'm telling you guys, it's the corniest shit ever. It isn't cool. It isn't sexy. Like you think, oh, OnlyFans girl, that's hot. You know, they're a whore. You know, they're like, no, dude, none of that. They're a normal girl. The reason they're doing OnlyFans and not hardcore adult spicy films is because they're nervous and scared to death. These women are not good at sex. Hell, even women that are promiscuous aren't good at sex sometimes. So it's like, stop thinking that these women are withholding something from you, like good sex and all that stuff. And also another thing, do you think women that get lots of tattoos and have to rely on OnlyFans for supplemental income, do you think they were going to be good girlfriends and wives to begin with?
No.
Like I'm not one. Betting is not a good strategy, right? But let's be honest. If women are bad with money, or women cannot figure out a way to make money without taking off their clothes, right? Does that necessarily? Do you think men that are worth their salt are gonna look at that and be like, I can't wait to have this problem in my life? A woman that is bad with money, can't do her taxes, and is stripping for beer money. That's not. Again, you will get your revenge fantasy, and you won't like it. If you actually do, right? Once you know about it. And the thing is, the revenge fantasy stuff, it's not going to be a wholesale. It's going to be women in your life, an ex, a former, a family member, your mother, your daughter, God forbid, right? These women are in the system too. And I've had to see family members of mine that fell for the whole get a BBL trap, that fell for the whole all these surgeries, right? Still struggle with men. And they tell me this, like I have a cousin, I love her to death. She's been through a lot, and she did get the surgeries. And I was just curious. She likes to travel to Miami. Um,
Mm.
and again, I love her to death, but
Mm.
she was telling me about her dating life. Oh yeah, I met this engineer in Miami and I like him, but he texts me too much and I'm just turned off. And I'm like, there you go. No amount, ladies, of BBLs and being sexy and dangling in front of men is going to get you smooth, charming men. Like it doesn't. I go out to salsa night sometimes, so I'm around Latinas, and Latinas love getting their BBLs as they age. And
Mm.
all that happens is they get more attention from the same type of men. It isn't better men; it's the same type of men, and that's sad.
It
That's
is.
that's depressing.
It is because women don't understand this about men, where it's like, look, what you think you find attractive about him is not what you find attractive about him. It's his behavior, it's his demeanor, and it's his actions. Yeah, of course, you're going to be aroused by a hot dude with a six pack and, a bright blue eyes, nice brown frizzy hair, and a good jawline, of course. But if his demeanor doesn't match that, he can be the most, he can be the most handsome guy in the world. He could be Patrick Bateman himself. You're not gonna want him. If he
Yeah, until
drools
he
all
until
over
he
you,
speaks. Yeah, until he speaks. That's
yeah,
what your looks are for. Your looks are to hold you over for the couple minutes until you actually speak. That's it. Look
I
at
hate it
even
when
if
my
even if
voice,
yeah, and for what it's worth, Jack has like the best voice in the manosphere. That's why he narrates all the books and stuff. Uh, but
you wanna
if
know something embarrassing?
what?
This was just
It's not
me,
my
man.
it's not my real voice. This is my real voice. Ooh,
It
ooh.
is my favorite. No, there was, so last year even, we were at the gym, and there was this giant tall blonde, and I mean, like, tall blonde,
Mhm.
and every now and then, if you've heard this, and guys in the chat know this too, every now and then, when I get enthusiastic or I don't pay attention or whatever, all of a sudden my voice shoots up, kinda thing. So this girl and I finally walk in each other's direction, and I just want to say hi. And she says like, "Hey, good morning." I'm like, "Hi." I'm like, I mean, "Hey, good morning." But she already looks at me like, "Yeah." And my
Yeah,
friends were behind me, and I could just hear them laughing. They walk up to me, you're like, "You really fucked that up, didn't you?" It's like, "Shut up." You know,
yeah. So,
whatever
um, that's funny.
it
Uh,
is. Hi. It's like, "Oh no."
Yeah, where were we talking? Let's get the super chat.
Yes.
Karn 9792. Yes, they sold us off over the they sold yes, they sold us off for over the pants leg touch for my mid. At least we have the $6 shrimp special. Oh, he wants the shrimp $6 special. Hold on. Hopefully I still have it here. Where are you?
$6 shrimp special.
Jesus answered, I am the way and the truth and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. $6 shrimp special!
Yeah, that's a that's a great analogy to what Christianity is now. It's all spectacle and money and contributions.
A 6 slut
$6 shrimp
shrimp,
special. Yeah, Erica Kirk, coming in on a cannon
a
on a cannonball,
$6 slut
a wrecking ball.
special.
Yeah, pretty much. Um, Yeah. So guys, another thing I recommend, right? And this is going to be unconventional advice. Follow a couple of OF girls or a couple of girls that use kind of little bit of like their sexuality for their niche, like whether it be a gamer girl or whether it be an actual OF chick or a girl that does politics or a girl that that kind of like they dangling out, right? Like the Isabel DeLucas of the world or something. They were like, I MAGA tits, like
Did
that.
you
Just
see Isabella
follow,
Luca?
yeah, follow a couple women like that. Follow some Twitch streamers, not because you yourself are like a gooner or something, right? Follow them
Mhm.
because I want you to see the comments under these women whenever something bad happens in their lives.
But
That's your competition.
did you see Isabella Luca, whatever, turned out to have been with Elijah Schaefer as well? It's like,
Oh, that's the
he
other.
can't keep
There's
getting away with this.
no, it's Moody. I think it's Moody. That's the other
Oh,
one.
no, one of the Isabellas, but like Isabella Moody, TradCon woman herself, got with Elijah Schaefer as well. Who
Is
hasn't
that
he
confirmed?
banged in? Yeah. Who hasn't he banged in that space? Who? We need to know. What's his game book? Fuck mystery method. We're not actually, but like we need the Schaefer method, man. I am genuinely curious how he
Being
did that.
being a man with a podcast, women can't help
We have
themselves. I
podcast. Where
remember.
are my blonde hotties?
Well, this is a stream. I'm talking about like actual podcasts with chairs and tables and stuff like that. That shit. When women
What do
see
you call
lights
this?
and camera, well, I mean,
There,
like
there.
with guests, like a variety show kind of thing, right? But here's the thing. Remember when I said we should be as concerned with women and clout as we were with COVID because it's the new thing? Yeah, there it is. Clout is starting to become this kind of disease that once you get touched by it, you're willing to destroy your whole life. And we're here sitting like, yeah, that's normal. It's just this person. I'm like, it's like, guys, go out with your buddies and have two of your buddies have cameras trained on you as you walk through somewhere. Like the Spider-Man thing,
Mhm.
the Spider-Man experiment. Um, yeah, do that. And you see how people treat you differently. And I'm telling you guys, it's scary. I guys, I did the Spider-Man experiment using an app called Parallel Live. I pretended to be famous. All I had to do is press record, and the AI would react to people on the screen, and a woman instantly started twerking behind me. You
I
see what I'm
remember.
saying? And
I
that's
remember
the
you going to Comic Con, or what was it, that anime convention with Sean? Oh,
yeah. And the thing is, I was actually talking. It wasn't faking anything. Like he just wanted to record, test out his equipment. So he said, talk. I'm like, okay. So I just started talking, blah, blah. And I didn't look cool. I was in shorts and an anime shirt and had glasses on. I didn't look attractive that day. But a girl came, guys came up too, but a girl came up and she just interrupted and just wanted to be on the camera and looked into I'm like, what the fuck? And for what it's worth, she was nice. She wasn't rude, but then she plugged her gaming channel, and this is what I'm saying, guys. Like, the OnlyFans is not about wanting to be whores. It never was. It wouldn't want to be whores. There's plenty of men to do that. Dick means nothing to women, right? If women want to, and that's what Tinder's for, and Hinge. That's the whore app. That's the app that women use to go out and do stuff because there's a it's private, right? There's no one's gonna find out. You go to the other across the city, you bang a guy, and you come home like nothing happened. OnlyFans is different. OnlyFans is about attention. It's about look at me. It's about wanting to be worshipped. Not only for, their job is wanting to be worshipped for how intelligent they are, and their OnlyFans is like their body.
mhm.
So again, that just dunking on women, oh, they're selling themselves they're not selling themselves. They are getting what they want out of you, which is validation. It's always been that.
You think the nudes they put on OnlyFans are the same nude she sends to her boyfriend or whomever she's dating? They're not.
No,
They're
because
the same. Go
yeah,
ahead.
the OnlyFans girl I dated did not want to show me the picture she sent to the weird old men that she,
Her performative, whatever you want to call it, her art. It's the picture she sends to the guy she's into. They're way more, how do you want to phrase that? Interesting, maybe, than
you know,
the she puts on OnlyFans.
you
Unless
know
you're
what the pictures I was getting? I
feet.
wasn't getting like, no, I wasn't getting nudes or anything. I was getting normal pictures. Like here I am with my cat, like normal girl pictures that they send you when they like you. No nudes, nothing, just normal shirt, normal everything, just normal. Because it's like, guys, they're able to split that side of themselves off to the side, get their validation, get a couple bucks, and then act like a normal. And that's why I say, more than ever, assume all women are promiscuous, right? Because yes, showing your body on the internet is a little bit promiscuous, right? You don't know because these women are really good at playing the good girl. They're they're so good, right?
Oh yeah.
So just assume she has an OnlyFans. Just assume, just from the gate. Why not? Why not?
Yeah.
You know, is this the real Rolo in the chat?
Yeah, it is. It is.
Sorry guys, I'm pretty out of it after my surgery this week. Okay, well, get well soon, man. We'll have you next week then.
Get well soon, Dad.
You guys need to watch the OnlyFans documentary. Yeah, I'm not a big. Yeah, there you go. Compartmentalizing, and the guys need to understand that OnlyFans isn't always like the women you see on like Access Vegas. They are successful, and they're in it, and it's Las Vegas, right? It's already overstood that everyone's kind of, it's the city of sin, right? Sin City. So it's like no one's shocked that an attractive woman with fake boobies does only. As a matter of fact, we expect it. It's normal, right? These women are real estate agents, and they do OnlyFans, and it works. But the girl at the office, the girl that's is the assistant, is an assistant in a attorney's office. She has to compartmentalize, and women are really good at doing this. So, yeah, guys, it is what it is.
It is what it is. And I mean,
Yeah.
it sounds, how do you phrase that? But at the end of the day, it truly is that. You will not shame women out of OnlyFans. Again, we have given women freedom, and 15% of them, if not more, decided they wanted to do this, that they are okay with selling photos of their body to lonely men for money and clout and whatever, that is something you have to live with. You won't shame it out of them. You ban OnlyFans today, something new will pop up tomorrow. Even the Hawk Tua isn't even on OnlyFans. She is on a different platform. She's on whatever you want to call it, kind of thing. But they will.
We got a big payout too.
Yeah.
She got a big probably payout for it. Yeah.
Oh, damn. But yeah, and they will find a way. So sitting here and being a politician who's like, I'm going to tax women who are OnlyFans 50%. They'll just move to a different state, you dunghole. You cannot prevent this. So learn to live with it. Oh, OnlyFans manipulates women. We went through that from the start. No, it doesn't. There aren't like representatives going door to door like, we heard your daughter turned 18 and we have a business opportunity for her. No, it doesn't work like that. They choose themselves to do it.
Yeah, and this is why. Go ahead. Sorry.
Well, and then of course men get blamed because, well, we shame the X amount of women on OnlyFans, but can we blame the X amount of men who are actually paying them? Where it's like, okay, who do you want to blame? The alcoholic or the liquor store? Which one is it?
And listen, a lot of guys are happy that this guy died. They're like, it's like some cosmic or some moral, what do you call it? When someone gets to pay back. Yeah, judgment, right? Because he died so young. Leonid, I think his name is the guy that's on the thumbnail, right?
Mm-hmm.
And of course, the religious people, traditional conservatives, are like overjoyed that this man died and out of cancer at such a young age, right? And they all think that, hey, if we just stop women from doing, if we close these companies, they'll change. Because again, it's the whole agency thing. Women chose to do OnlyFans. OnlyFans did not choose women, right? Women chose OnlyFans. You understand the difference? It's not. Go ahead.
Now that you mention that, OnlyFans did not start out as a porn distribution platform at all. OnlyFans was like Patreon, but it was like, yeah, no, you know what? We're not ideologically incentivized and things like that. And there were fitness influencers on there. There were like food influencers on there. There was all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
But then
celebrities posting their behind the scenes.
Yeah, exactly. And then more and more women found out like, hey, wait a minute. I can post nudie content on here. And that's how that turned out to become, or that's how OnlyFans turned out to become one of the most famous nudity platforms there is. Not because they advertise themselves like that, but because women started using it for that.
Yeah. Again, the agency thing, and this is what all boils down to. That's why I said, they don't like when we say things like, "Oh, porn has kept more marriages together than the Bible." That's a really strong statement. That is something that they'll fight you to the death. They'll debate you. But the thing is, like, most of the people that use OnlyFans are married men, or a sizable amount. I don't know exact number. Is it 60%? And a lot of those are Christian men, self-identified Christian men. So instead of like blaming men, let's figure out what is going on here. And they don't. That's where it stops.
Hey.
Why would a Christian man look at OnlyFans? Oh, because the devil. Oh, because men ain't shit. I'm like,
Well,
listen.
Because my wife is bagging Elijah Schaefer. They can't see what's going to bag me.
Yeah. And here's the thing, right? The guy just showed you what women are. The guy showed you what it is to be in a relationship with someone that doesn't want to have sex with you, and you don't want to lose the kids. This guy has done more for men than he does for women, because he is forcing men to face realities that they're running from. Guys, if married men are the primary consumer of young semi-naked to full naked women, while there's 4K pornography for free available even on your freaking phone, which you can cast to a TV, right? Why are men still paying money, sometimes hundreds of dollars, just for a text back from a beautiful woman? That is something that no one, not the academics, not the traditional conservatives, not anyone, not the anti-red pill guys, no one wants to talk about that. It's normal. Oh, there's something wrong with that man. Really? That many men feel that lonely in marriage? And then they want to tell you, hey, is marriage worth it? Well, I don't really care about the divorce things, right? Why is it that so many men feel that they have to get this level pay for validation from women? And there you go. That's where the truth comes in, because now we're getting the better questions. And that's why this guy is not your enemy. This guy is not your enemy. He is an accelerator. He just said, I build a platform with a wholesome thing, like, hey, maybe people will come on and show off their collections of, anime stuff or something, like this. Maybe stars will come on there and connect with their fans. No, women will shove objects inside of themselves. He's like, well, I want to make money. Sure, let's go with it. And everyone's like, oh, I'm so glad this guy's in hell. I'm like, no, that guy has helped more men than women, because he's showing you forcefully what women are. And that's not to say that's not to say lose hope, right? It's just now you have more knowledge, more information, and now you get to make a more better informed decision. Hey, when women have the opportunity to choose between marrying an average person and selling their body on OnlyFans for maybe much less money, they choose OnlyFans, or at least not the average man. So learn, maybe it's time to not be average. And what is the average man? Fat, go to an airport. It's disgusting. You're like, ill.
It's like I said, like, average women do not want to get with average men. Well, how does the average man look like? And can you blame him? I'm sorry, but no. And there was something else I wanted to say. What was it? Oh, yeah. Like, this guy, whatever his name is, the OnlyFans founder, he showed men how women really are, and they will reject it so hard. They will keep rejecting it. No, women are not like that. No, not all women. It's like, homie. And then you got that, man, I don't want to use your channel for this, but there was this fat fucking piece of shit on Twitter who I've encountered a couple of times before, where it's like, oh, the red pill just sucks. And what are you gonna advise people? To not put the fork down and just be happy with yourself. And women need to accept you for who you are. Well, thanks, Prometheus. That will help. It's like, no.
Yeah, thanks a lot, bro. Thanks a lot.
Yeah. Oh, God. But it's like, every time somebody spouts something like, oh, the red pill sucks, I just know there's a Gumroad course coming after it. It's like, because my brand is better kind of thing. It's like, that is half built on the red pill. It's the same guy who said, "Oh, what was it? She's not yours. It's just your turn." Is such a negative outlook on life. It's like, dude, it's the most positive outlook you can have. It
It's
is,
romantic.
yeah,
Yeah.
it is. It is turning an unhealthy attachment into a healthy detachment. You see women as human beings. You know?
Yeah. And that's what you have to face. This guy made a platform and he said, "Hey, women, I'm going to show you what women will choose." Right? It's like I don't know if there's a biblical story or something where the devil, or maybe it was an anime where it gives people a choice,
Same
and he
thing.
said, if he loves me, they will choose this. Right? Is there a biblical story? If you guys in the chat could help me, was it Jesus where the devil gave Satan gave Jesus the choice between like kingdoms and riches and power, or continue being, Jesus, right? And
Mhm.
Jesus chose God, right? I forgot what story this is.
Yeah,
This
oh,
is what
I know
Christians.
the story. I know it.
What
Um,
is that story?
it's the
Religious bros,
one.
help me out.
It was either Bible or anime. Yeah, same thing, Rolo. Same thing. No,
Yeah,
I
the
know.
anime is biblical. Anime is biblical. Yeah.
No, I know the story. It is. I think it's the only time that Lucifer and Jesus actually meet with each other, and Lucifer is like, "Hey, buddy, I know you're the son of the big guy upstairs, but look at what I can give you. You know, look at
Yeah, Satan.
everything I can give you. Well,
Yeah. So if you replace Satan with
disavow
this
your
guy,
dad."
yeah, if you replace Satan with the CEO of OnlyFans, and you replace Jesus with women, which is basically what women are now. Women are a conduit to God now. Like, if you replace the words women and God or Jesus in religious texts or religious tweets, it makes so much fucking sense, right? We have to praise God and live with, let him forgive us. Now replace that. We have to praise women, let them forgive us. I'm like, now it makes sense.
Now, no, having Rolo on the stream would have been helpful right now. That image of that naked woman in a church interrupting a ceremony where it's like God is a woman, and she stands there shirtless,
Mhm.
interrupting the sermon. That is
Yeah.
what they want. They
Matthew
actually,
4, 1 through 11. There you go.
oh yeah, I love the first season of that.
Yeah, it was great. Um, the Bible will be made into an anime soon. I promise you that. Somebody's working on it. Um, but anyway, like that's what traditional conservatives see this as. Like they see Leonid as Satan, right? Guy, because he's the most evil person. He took away your ability to have kids and have a family, right?
Mhm.
It's his fault. And then they see women as Jesus, and God. They see themselves as God. Hey, I offer you kids, marriage, to be my wife. And then, Leonard's like, I offer you freedom. I'm offering you not having to do those things and maybe putting it off until later whenever you want.
Mhm.
And to them, it's like Jesus choosing Satan. And that's why they're just like, they're spinning. And I'm like, guys, like, I respect the Bible as a religious text, right? I learned Spanish reading the Bible. I know a lot about the Bible, but I'll tell you now, guys, that you guys are all messed up if you think like that, right? Women have always women are hypergamous. Women have a life script built within them genetically. So, and now that they can, they will. And because they can, they will, right? It's, you have to accept it, right? But you have to understand, okay, you don't have to accept it. You have to know it exists and work around it. You know, it
But
is
it's
what it is.
it's the same thing as anything female nature related. Women will fuck the pool boy. Not all women. And it's like, my homie. Of course, not all women are like that, but all women are like that. It's like they could be. And you thinking that your special snowflake gift from God will not do it is naive. And the sooner you accept that she could do it, the better your approach to your entire relationship with any woman alive will be. There's one post that Rolo doesn't get a lot of credit for it. The pet. That's one of my favorites. Although that's
Which
one,
one?
it's in the first book. It's the pet, where it's like,
It's year. Is it year one or?
yeah, it's year one. where he mentions getting face to face with one of the tigers behind the curtain in Vegas or wherever he was, and like these magicians, they treat the tiger like a pet because it's trained and things like that. But it's still a tiger, you know.
Mhm.
Panther, that's the one. It's
Panther?
still it's still a panther. It will still devour you. Will eat you whole when it's hungry. Was a magic show.
The
Yeah, that was the
There it
one.
goes. Yeah, the pet. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
I'm sharing it now. There you go.
But whatever
Here it is,
you do,
guys.
that is still a wild animal, you know? No matter how much you train it and whatever, when you drop your guard or that thing's hungry or whatever, you're the first one to go. And who are those two? The one with the white tiger. They were in Vegas. They had a whole magic show and things like that. And they had this trained tiger. They had the tiger, the white one. And even though they trained that beast for years, it did end up turning on them for whatever reason. I can't remember that, but it's like, yeah, that's the same with women, man. If you, yeah, Siegfried and Roy,
Mhm.
if you go in naively, you know, and think that, oh, just because she's your woman, she's not going to act like any other woman. She will end up acting like any other woman. She will.
Yeah,
That
and that's
hypertrophy doesn't care if you're a
yeah,
great.
and you know, all the Christian guys are getting mad at this girl who used to do all this hoe shit. Is now, you know, they're parading around their relationship. Obviously, it's a marketing strategy. It isn't like they. I don't think neither of them actually believes that. I think he's okay with it because he's getting sex and she's getting a husband. You know, after all that crazy shit happened, and she's getting clout, right? She
Right?
probably
It's
wouldn't be
giving
with
me a
him.
show for Monday.
Yeah, added value, you know that stuff.
Mhm.
But guys, we just found out another e-girl cheated on her husband like yesterday, and it keeps happening, and it keeps happening. And these women are shaming you and how to be a better man, right? Um, they may have not done OnlyFans, but they
They
had hoe
might as
faces,
well
just
just
like
have.
yeah, OnlyFans is just another it's just another part of the hoe face. That's all it is. It's hey, I'm going just like a girl sends nudes to guys when she's 23 and then at 33 she wants to tell her husband not to look at porn or something and that porn is bad. A lot of those
Mhm.
women used to send nudes to strangers, right? Or got butterfly they probably still have butterfly tattoos above their ass. That was popular with Gen X, right?
The tramp
And older
stamp.
millennials. The tramp stamp, yeah. Right. There's a
I
woman with tramp stamp right now online that's telling you as a man that porn is bad, right?
dude,
She went to a tattoo shop, pulled her pants down, and said, "Make me a butterfly above my butt cheeks." And the guy had to spread the ass cheeks, rest his hand on the ass cheeks while drawing a butterfly. She had
dude,
to sit there for 4 hours,
I had a
and
girl in my
now 10 years later,
I had a girl in my class in high school who got one. She got permission from her mom. She was barely 16. It's like, oh my god.
yeah,
You
I
mean to
I
tell me these women are holy?
yeah, I dated a woman who, for her 18th birthday, she
Green
got
light
implants.
matter.
Or 16th or 18th, her mom gave her implants. And she still
Whoa,
has them.
smart woman.
You know, but I did find out that when you get implants very young, there is a heightened there's a you can get there's problems with it. But I don't know. I'm not a fake boob expert. I'm in the process, but I'm not a fake boob expert. I leave that to you guys, the Dutch.
Thank you. What do you need to know?
When you get implants younger,
Yes.
when is the best age range to get implants? I always said young as possible because you grow into them. They start to look more natural over time, the skin elasticity. But then, like now, remembering this chick said she had problems with her implants because she got them so young. I don't know, so I don't really know the best time for women to get them.
How young was she?
When she got them,
Yeah?
it was either 16 or 18. I don't remember.
Yeah,
It was so long ago.
yeah. I mean, 18, because then she can do it legally herself, things like that. I'm not a biologist. I'm just a fan of them getting them at 18, but 16, look, women develop, you know, uh,
Yeah,
even after 16. So, yeah, depends on how big or small she is when she gets them, that too. But also, are you dealing with a late bloomer? Are you dealing with an early bloomer? It really depends on the individual. And then the guideline, of course, because 18. But I remember a girl who I dated when we were younger, like 16 and stuff like that. I too was that age. And then I meet her 2 years later, and all of a sudden her knockers came through where it's like, what the hell? And I did get the chance. Thank the Lord, Yeah. No, she remembered me. She's like, I haven't been, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, what are you doing? And it went well, and they were great. But within 2 years, it's like, boom. All of a sudden, they were there, and they were real. Trust me, I know. They were real.
Yeah, I guess there's too many variables because there's late bloomers, there's women with bad habits. Like if they have bad health habits, it's probably gonna affect, their fake boobs later on. There's women that had bad doctors, bad surgeons. There's women that have like weird tit physiognomy, I guess.
You know what I don't
Yeah, I guess there's just too much, maybe talk to a professional, guys. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, there's good doctors
Go to the
everywhere.
surgeon.
There's
Yeah,
good
go to a
doctors
surgeon.
everywhere. But what I
Yeah.
don't understand, and this counts for men as well, and but here in Georgia, Georgia, second world country, and they do the plastic surgery, but they do it as a status symbol, and it doesn't matter how good it is or how bad it is, as long as it's plastic surgery, and it looks like absolute shit. Where it's like same as hair transplants, It's like there's like a lot of news coming out right now, like hair transplant are bad for you, blah blah blah. It's like, yeah, when you go to the cheapest country possible and you find the cheapest doctor possible, no shit that your plastic surgery is going to be of low quality. If you are going to do this stuff, be prepared to just pay top dollar. You can go to a cheaper country, sure, like Turkey and things like that, because the quality is good, but go for like the most expensive doctor you can find in Turkey, or at least with the best and most reviews. Look up those things. And the same thing goes with implants. Go to a surgeon with the best and most reviews, kind of thing.
Yeah. And that maybe your friends' wives went there too. And I'm not saying you want to look at your friends' wives' tits, right? But
Yes, you do.
It's your friend. You'd be like, hey, your wife has nice rack. He'll probably be mad, but also understanding. And you'll be like, I want my wife to have a rack like your wife's. Where do I go?
Where do I buy them?
Hey, men are men, man. Like,
my best friend who's married, she's got a natural rack. She was naturally gifted. So when I would ask him, he's like, yeah, just get it to her parents, man. This asshole, this guy knows what his wife looks like, and he bought her the trad dress kind of thing. And she walked downstairs. She came downstairs. And he told me like,
the
oh, I
blue
bought her a
flower
new
dress.
Yep.
The blue,
and it had the cleavage and everything. And I remember she came down, and I remember like turning away for a moment because I'm like, holy shit. And he looks at me. He's like, looks good, doesn't it? I'm like, you did that on purpose. He's like, goddamn right I did.
It's kind of not that it frustrates me, right? But it's just like, guys, you guys are my friends. If you check out my wife, it's like not like she's attractive, dude. Like, what do you want me to do? Like, I'm not mad at you guys. Relax. Like,
Yeah.
you guys are my friends. You guys are dudes.
Interview with Uncle Vaz on Thursday, and
Yeah.
I mean, this man is almost 60, and he's dating around, kind of thing. He told me like, hey, when I go out, I see guys looking at my girl, man. And when I see like the older dudes looking at me, I just give them the finger pistol where it's like, I was like, yeah, I know. But when it's guys younger than me, I just tell them to stay in their lane.
Yeah.
You gotta roll
Listen.
with it.
Yeah, it's just. Oh no, guys. I think we said enough about. Unless you have anything else to add about OnlyFans and the end of the world.
Not in all honesty, not really. OnlyFans is not going away. OnlyFans is not going to go away. Women who will want to sell photos of themselves will sell themselves. You, dear audience member, need to lighten up. You don't have to marry them. You don't even have to, sleep with them if you don't want to, but learn to engage with them. Learn to be charming with any type of woman, wherever she comes from, kind of thing, instead of the shaming and the fire and brimstone or whatever, because that is only going to make you more attractive. And yeah, no, let's keep talking about them, Rolo. It's improving his health. We're sending you our energy with
Yeah,
this.
he's starting to wake up. He's like, wow, I feel very, very cognizant all of a sudden.
Yeah,
He's
I've
gonna
been
join the
posting.
stream any second now. Like, hey guys, I just feel better all of a sudden.
Yeah, I've been posting tits every evening, Dutch glory, on the Twitter.
It's
Yeah,
improving my health connection.
as it should.
Yeah,
Like, do you get nurses from Vegas? Like, do they look like the girls on Access Vegas? The
yeah.
nurses there? That would be great.
Do all women look like bimbos in Vegas? Like, if you go down to if you go down to the clinic and get blood drawn, are they bimbos? Because then that'd be awesome. That'd be like, wow, this is like have you ever seen The Last Action Hero with Arnold
Yes,
Schwarzenegger?
yes.
Where the boy starts realizing everyone looks good in this story. You not understand that this is all fake, and then Arnold Schwarzenegger's like, I don't see it. And then I think they were at a video store, and the girl was like hot 9 out of 10. He's like, you don't see this? Everyone's hot. This is not real.
Can you imagine like all the nurses and Rolo's just sitting there all day? Hello, nurse. The
Yeah,
whole,
like the
all
Looney
the men
Tunes.
in
Yeah,
core.
but
God, I miss Animaniacs, man. God, I miss that
yeah,
type of
but you
humor.
guys, like, the meta here is that we got bored of talking about OnlyFans and we went straight to talk about tits. Do you understand the meta there, guys? Like, you're a man. The neuroticism over what women do outside of you that live thousands of miles away or hundreds of miles away from you is not your problem. However, you need to understand what's important, and that is tits. That's the meta here. You see how happy we are talking about the female body instead of like what they do?
But
Look
red
how
pillars
happy we
hate
all of a
men.
sudden.
I hate women.
Yeah.
It's like,
It,
no, we don't.
yeah, and you know what makes me sad about Gen Z, right? Is that when I was younger, even my father would be like, check out that chick over there. I was 13 years old, and my dad would like, look at the ass on that girl. And at the time, I was like, Dad, come on. But now looking back, I'm like, that's what men do, right? We could all be wifed up, 30-year marriage, whatever. And if a hot piece of ass walks by, we all give each other the signal. This is the signal I give my friends.
Yeah, like,
And I had a verbal signal, right? Where I'm like, we would be in a store and we'd always say, whenever you see a chick with a nice body or nice ass, always say, man, I've been feeling really comfortable lately. Right. And that's the signal. That's what we would say to each other. And that's when we start swiveling, pretending. And then we would see the girl. Girls probably notice, but they're not
mhm.
stupid. And that's what was being a man. Your masculinity, just being okay with it. Right.
I don't think I'd even hide it anymore. It's like, babe, you look great. Just wanted to say, thanks for the wings. That's it. Because I'm not gonna lie though, I think the most not degrading, but like annoying job you could ever have is be a hot girl as a Hooters waitress. Because you have to smile to
Yeah.
everybody. It's like,
I think
oh,
they can compartmentalize it though. Like
well,
guys, like the bartender doesn't really like you, the hot bartender, unless you go there a lot. The strippers don't actually like you. The Hooters waitress doesn't actually like you. And
the
also if you
Twin
bring your
Peaks one
girlfriend
might
to these
like it.
places, yeah, and if you bring your girlfriend to these places, they like you less because they know that you're not gonna get a good tip. And they know that it's just worse
Find
for
me
them.
the man who can take his girlfriend to Hooters and not be in big trouble. I I have yet to meet the man to do it.
Yeah. They'd be like, why do you want to go to Hooters?
Yeah, like,
You have boobs at home. We have tits at home. The
oh,
tits at home.
like I said, I'm more of a Twin Peaks kind of guy.
Yeah, I think didn't Twin Peaks close down here in
It
Texas?
did.
I think it was bankruptcy, but not like normal bankruptcy. It's like a different type of bankruptcy. I'm not sure.
Oh, it's the tax favorable bankruptcy, probably.
You're very knowledgeable on this tax law and Twin Peaks.
You'll be surprised what I delve into in my free time. A lot of things. What does Rob always say? I might have told you everything you know about me, but I haven't told you everything I know about me.
Yeah. But yeah, guys, it's not a big deal. Relax. There's no like pearl clutching, complaining, none of that helps. if you really can't do it, if you really cannot date a girl that sells her
Has
body
fake
online,
tits.
85% of women don't, and even the ones that do OnlyFans, it's just like they probably post like once a month, and they don't, you know what I'm saying? It's just like the app they have on their phone, and they're just like, let me post a cleavage pic. Stop with this. Oh, they're ruining society. You know what's ruining society? Things are expensive, right? That guys can't buy a house, and that is another thing, right? It's not that women have agency. Well, okay, it is that women have agency, but there's not really much we can do about it, right?
Oh,
Women are going to vote for, they're going to vote for, like, what are we
it
supposed to do, man?
it I was
Really?
actually disappointed in Twitter, and maybe my tweet wasn't as good as I thought it was, but, when people were celebrating that guy's death, I'm like, "You know what? Clearly, we're not ready for female liberation by how this man's death is being celebrated." And I was hoping, like, some tradcom would go with it, but, fortunately it did. But people were like, this was even no, I'm not gonna go there. But this was so bad, man. The people dancing on this guy's grave, where it's like, dude, he just made a platform. Like I mentioned, OnlyFans was not made with the intent of, like, selling nudes or whatever.
It's
They were
all your
like,
fault.
huh, "It's all your
No,
fault." No,
no, dude,
women
you
themselves.
have man boobs. You have man boobs, dude. That's why you can't get a girl go on a second date with you.
Can you imagine having man boobs? I just, no. I'd never get out of bed anymore. Well, you have to, because you have to get rid of them, but, oh,
Yeah. But
mm.
anyways,
Anyways,
uh,
enough to talk about man boobs. Let's get back to women boobs.
you still have a burden of performance. Um, just because someone showed you the reality of women doesn't mean that it's their fault. Um, he just showed you what it was, right? You can. I personally thank him because now I got to see like in front, like undeniable proof and evidence that when women are given the choice, a sizable amount will choose to do that instead of, "Hey, Christian man, I'll marry you at 20." Like it does not happen. Um, and it also shows you within the context of marriage that a lot of men have to rely on OnlyFans, not for nudes, because there's type in anything. Give me 3 words, like the Family Guy episode or the South Park episode of Family Guy with the manatees. Niche
Mhm.
reference, by the way. Type in any 3 things and put XXX, and you'll find porn of it. It's the rule. It's rule 34 of the internet.
Yep,
If it
Rule
exists,
34.
there is porn of it, right? That you know what that comes from? It's what we were discussing today. That it's cheap, it's easy, yet men still pay for a girl to be like, "You work so hard, you're so handsome, you look tired. How are you today?" And that is supposed to reveal another thing about marriage, right? All the debates, uh, divorce, and 50% of your stuff. I'm like, okay, well, what about within marriage? What about if marriage works out? Then what is that great? Well, you get to not get cheated on. I'm like, well, okay. Do you know that 60% of men, Christian men, have admitted? I forgot the stat. Guys, correct me in the chat. A lot of men, Christian married men, are on OnlyFans,
Yep.
paying for a woman to like them
I was
for
like,
fake validation.
you can be married all you want, but if you're not annoyed by her, worry about you, you're not doing it right. 68, damn. That's like
Yeah,
I've
I
said
thought it
that
was
before.
lower. Shit.
Yeah, I've said it before. If you're not annoyed by the level of, like, how much your woman is into you, you're not doing it right. The Belarusian, like, keeps texting me all the time as well, like, "Oh, are you okay? Do you need anything? Oh, you work so hard. Do you need me?" It's like, "I'm fine. I'm fine. Everything's good."
If if you haven't turned down your woman's sexual advances because you were busy with something, then then maybe you need to work on yourself, bro. I know I don't want to be like, hey, be a man like me, be awesome like me kind of guy, but that's a good indicator that your girl is just real, like genuine burning desire,
I
right?
mean, let's be
Um,
honest here. You and I are the nerdiest, geekiest guys in the sphere right now, and even we pulled it off.
Speak for yourself. This is not nerdy,
Oh,
okay?
wow!
Speak for yourself, you
Which
know?
one is that? Is that the Ninjago one?
No, this my brother gave me that. It's just like a ramen shop kind of thing.
Oh, that
So,
one's
yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah, speak for yourself. I am not as nerdy as you are, sir. I am not as nerdy.
Look at that.
There you
It's
go.
like the
Put it in your back pocket and make Lego smut.
Yeah, I
whatever.
know. That's what the Belarusian gave me. Like, oh, it's a Lego version of you. I'm like, oh yeah. Don't make me get
Great.
my trading cards.
But yeah, I mean, I think we said everything we needed to say. Uh, take it for what it is, guys. It's just more information. It's knowledge. This guy showed you the reality of women. That doesn't say give up. That just means, hey, there's a different game. The Tradcons want to bring you back. They want to take all your predictive power of the red pill away and give you a framework and a way of thinking that will get you murdered in the dating landscape. Whereas we're trying to tell you, hey, turns out women do this. So what will you do? We have the answers, but what will you do? And that's all, you know.
And I think with that, we're going to cue the music, don't we?
Yep. So cool. But anyways, yes, I've been playing Crimson Desert on my
Okay.
laptop and it ran it just fine, which I'm very proud of my laptop now. Thanks,
I'm
Dad, for
very
getting me
happy.
this laptop.
I'm very happy to hear that. I am still playing Octopath Zero, which that game is huge. That is
Yeah.
so much larger than Octopath 1 and 2. I'm over 100 hours in, and I'm still not done. It's like,
Yeah.
what the hell?
I'm still on one. I'm like a quarter of the way. Is the thing is I just beat Final Fantasy Tactics and then I got Octopath, which I was playing on and off, and then now I started Crimson Desert, which I might stream. I don't know.
Space Marine 2, it is a game that is on my list where I'm like, oh, that looks so cool.
Oh, and then I'm playing BF6 with my friends and Helldivers and stuff. Like,
Oh,
I
Helldivers
gotta
looks
focus.
awesome as well. I know.
Yeah.
Look, the plan is, this is now where I am now is the landing platform, and we're building everything up and whatever. But what I'm working towards is that 100-inch TV with a PlayStation 5 and whatever, and I'm going to invite you and Dave and all the homies and Mish and maybe even Rolo if he wants to hang out with us plebeians, and we're just going to hook up the controllers and we're just going to play fucking video games, get pizza, whatever, feel guilty the next day and work out. Kyle needs to be there too, and God, the most sad thing I ever saw online, I will never forget this, was that horrible time transition of like it started out with this guy and his like 4 to 5 friends on a couch, all holding a GameCube controller, and they had pizza and Mountain Dew on the table or whatever they had. And like through time, it just went, a guy disappeared and the pizza became less. And it ended with the guy alone in his room in a headset and the controller playing online. And I'm like, so many guys, especially the Zoomers, did not know what they have. They did not know what they had back then. Where it's like, I remember staying up an entire night playing Super Smash Brothers to unlock Mewtwo because that's what you needed to do back then. Zoomers don't know what that's like. Having like sleepovers, or however you want to call them, just gaming the night away.
Well, one of the things I like about Crimson Desert, what drew me to it, I'm like, yeah, big AAA game, Sword. It's basically The Witcher. I like my open world adventure games, especially if they're medieval, right? Because I'm very white, not black.
Me no black, Poppy.
But everyone complaining about how this game doesn't hold your hand. How was I supposed to know this? I'm like, oh, son, when I was your age, young man or young woman, I had dial-up internet, and I had to like. You know what we had to do? We had to go to school and ask other kids in the playground, how did you get rare candies for this Pokemon game? Or how did you beat this boss? How did you beat this? Where did you find this? Literally, you had to do what we do in the Red Pill, trade notes. And maybe, Jack, that's probably where we're so good at this Red Pill stuff, because we were like, hey, it's just like video games. You don't know something, you go to a forum, you wait for the dial-up to load the paragraph that you need, and you
what
find
is that
out.
quote of mine?
And then you tell everyone else. Yeah, then you tell everyone else, and that's it.
What's that quote of mine? The red pill's Nintendo power for fucking.
Yeah, and if you're straight, it's Game Informer for fucking.
Is that so? Funny, Domina man, very funny.
Yeah.
Link to my channel is in the chat, by the way, for people wondering, for my shenanigans. Monday is going to be an awesome show on this whole trad nonsense. Because what was her name again? Some, and I've done a Allie McBeal. No, not McBeal. God, what was her stupid name?
Allie McSlutface. I don't know.
It's Alec McTraddy met gobbledygook kind of thing. No, what's her? Where are you? Allie Beth Stuckey. You know, she
Ew.
did a whole show on everything in the Born Again Virgin, and there's so much shit on her coming out, and that's what my show is going to be about on Monday. So make sure to tune into that, and we're going to deconstruct some traditional conservatism. Ali Sheedy could be Stuckey. I think yeah, it's Stuckey.
They're all
That's correct.
Allie. All of them are named Allie.
Why are all of them Ali? I mean, I like Ali D. You know, Ali's good, but real femme sapien in my book is still good people. She treated me right.
She blocked the fuck out of me, dude. All of
Dude,
them.
hey, but
All
in
of them
all
blocked
honesty,
me.
a lot of the girls you still like hang out with on Twitter, they block me for some reason. I was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Probably said something.
I've been blocked by like porn stars. I'm like, what did I do? What? I have nothing to do with you.
What did you do?
What? Yeah, and then I'm blocked by a lot of people, by the way. But I guess when they hated him because he told the truth or something.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I got blocked also by a guy who I told you can't F5 Blue Eyes White Dragon. So he really hated me because I told the truth.
You can't tell a nerd how his hobby works
I
if you
know.
don't also do guys, if you have a nerdy hobby, you cannot explain the physics of the world or how the card game. You can't do that
I
because they'll
know.
make fun of you. Like, I can't go to Warhammer World and tell people about Warhammer when I don't do they'll freaking laugh at you.
I still
Come
can't
on.
pronounce it correctly. Slanish or Slanesh. I don't know how to pronounce it, but we can't show up there and be like, "Well, Slanesh was actually a good character." It's like,
what do you think happened with Star Wars, right? Where they retconned, you can't retcon people's hobbies with your own theory.
No.
Samwise Gamgee and Frodo are actually gay. What?
Mother, what?
Excuse me?
I
They're
almost
normal
dropped an
people.
N-bomb there. I was like, "Excuse you," but they try.
Yeah.
I mean, oh my god, I was talking to Rob about this, and I mean, I understand what Rob is doing. Rob's like, Jack, don't care, but it's like, Rob, let me piss vinegar. Where it's like, really, they got what's his stupid name, Stephen Colbert, to write a sequel on the Lord. What? Why are we doing this? Why a sequel to the Lord of? There is no sequel to the Lord of the Rings. The Lord of the Rings has no sequel. It needs no sequel.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, Sam's daughter. Who the fuck cares about Sam's daughter?
I don't care about that.
Yet we're here, and no, of course I'm not going to watch it, but I'm going to complain. And
Yeah.
that's what I have a platform for.
It's the same thing that happened with Henry Cavill with The Witcher and the creator of The Witcher, where they laughed him out of the studio. He created The Witcher, and by season 2 or 3, they were just like, "Get the fuck out, creator of what we're." And that's the weird thing from our perspective, but from a business perspective, apparently that was what they had to do, because again, you have to sell to women. It has to be Yennefer of Venderberg with the side character as Geralt, and I'm like, what the fuck, man?
But it's the MasterCard thing, like the greatest spenders are women, so pander to women in the hopes that they spend more, but they make the great mistake that men and women are different, and certain franchises just do not relate to women. Oh, but we can't make them more relatable to women by putting women in them, and it's like, it's not how that works.
Same thing with the red pill, man. They'll take the red pill and they'll find something that they think they discovered, and then they'll try to retcon the red pill or retcon something or put like these people that are like, the red pill is actually dumb. It's actually instead of she's not yours, it's your turn, attachment theory. And I'm like, that's like saying Aragorn was never meant to be king. Go fuck yourself, dude. How can you tell somebody that their nerd hobby is all written wrong and that you have the answer? Imagine the arrogance of someone, a classic piece of lore or fiction or video game or whatever, and you come in with your own stupid pet theories driven by liberal ideology or whatever, or racial ideology, whatever, to say that, hey, Jesus was actually black, and the Christians don't even care.
The Jesus was black theory, I can kind of understand, of where he came from.
I knew you were one of them, Jack. I knew it. I knew you were black.
He was more brown, I think he's more brown. He's not white. Let's be honest here. Jesus wasn't white. At least the probability of him being white is low. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think people would be more mad of saying Jesus wasn't white or Aragorn wasn't actually white?
Oh, Aragorn. Oh yeah. Don't you be touching my franchise, motherfucker. Hell no. Magic the
You see what I'm
Gathering
saying?
tried that shit. Magic the Gathering tried that shit and it backfired. I hope Wizards of the
Yeah.
Coast goes bankrupt.
Yeah. But yeah, don't mess with people's hobbies. And they won't come after you.
No. You know how all of this started? All of this started. Maybe Rollo can confirm this, although I think it would. I wonder how big the impact was. The PUAs were there before, but it just got to where we are now because guys just wanted to play video games and some fucking harlot wanted her game to be positively reviewed and started sucking all kinds of journalists' dick. If that woman had
Sarkeesian?
No, Zoe Quinn.
Oh,
If
yeah.
she had just kept her dumb mouth shut instead of sucking dick for a positive review, the world would have been a better place. Gamergate would have never happened. But no, women had to ruin that too.
Well, again, guys, another thing I noticed, a lot of washed porn stars or OnlyFans girls go to nerdy hobbies or the church. I usually say one of the first stops after a woman can no longer just sell pornography at the same rate is nerdy hobbies, because nerds are not good with women. They're sexually inexperienced, as well as Christian men. So look at it like this, right? How you know a woman isn't sincere is that she chooses a niche where the men are sexually inexperienced, right? You know how hard it is for a woman to make it in the red pill sphere? It's not easy. As a matter of fact, we kick them out all the time. But you know how easy it is for a woman to make it in the cosplay sphere? They get handed followers, because those are sexually inexperienced men. And here's the interesting thing, right? And this happens to all traditional conservative female women, whatever. They build their brand on being perfect because they have to. Because men like us see women for what they are, right? It's like that article by Kirsten that she just dropped. We know that women like being hoes. It may not be with you, but with somebody, right? So we understand. Like, cool. We're not in awe that a woman shows their body online. We're like, yeah, she wants attention. We know that. Predictive power of the red pill. Thank you. But also there's men that most men don't know this, right? So when a woman doesn't live up to their perfect ideal, those men punish her and she lashes out. And she says, all of you are, and that's exactly what's happening with this former slut turning into a wife and for this dorky conservative guy, right? I know it's probably all bread and circuses for their brand, but think about it, guys. She's doing that and she's mad and she's been defending herself online for 3 days, just constantly quote tweeting like, God doesn't, God forgives, why won't you? Whatever, any version of that. And it's not so much that God forgives or whatever. It's that she's finding out that she built her brand on sexually experienced men that value virginity and chastity. And she breaks women like that, break it. They break the illusion, right? And now they get punished for it. It's like why Pokimane can't show her boyfriend on stream because it breaks the fucking illusion.
Does she finally have one? I thought she still didn't have one. I know
I don't know, who cares?
she made a video in the gym or something with some bloke, some Asian dude, and everybody lost their mind. Like, and then she was like, oh, he's just a friend. And I was like, yeah, whatever. You can't tell me that woman functions in real life. She doesn't.
Yeah. And this is what I'm saying. Like,
exactly to the farm.
they can't. OnlyFans girls, they don't trade their audience like people think they do. It's the same audience, and the audience will always be sexually inexperienced men. Because think about it, Jack. Think of every guy that you know that's good with women, whether it be Troy Francis, me, you, Rolo, any of the guys in the chat. Your friends, your personal friends that are well fucked, guys that have hot wives or are out there in the field they're doing okay. Could you ever imagine those guys logging in and caring what a girl on a Twitch stream says? Or, some hot girl Like, do you think that Rolo consumes female Warhammer content?
You
On
really want me to
Instagram,
answer
wherever?
that?
Do you think?
I
Do you
can
guys think
think
that?
of a scenario where he would. Just
Do
say,
you think? Do you think Jack consumes Lego content with a girl with her titties out, or does he roll his eyes and be like, "I know what you're doing.
oh,
I
like that. Yeah,
appreciate
yeah,
it."
yeah. Okay. No,
Like
no.
you roll your eyes and be like, "Ah, I know," but right, there's men that truly believe that they respect her content. I'm like, no, dude, she's a hot chick sharing your hobby, and that's why Star Wars is lame. That's why we're on the 4th iteration of trying to revive Lord of the Rings with side stories, and that's why Witcher 4 has Ciri as the main character.
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay. From that perspective, I'm like, yeah, okay. No, then I understand the question. No, I can't imagine Rolo being like, oh, she's sincere. No, he knows. He knows what's
yeah,
like,
like
we know
like
what
we
she's
know, like
doing.
we're like nice tits, sweetheart. And then we just, and that's it.
There's
It
even a
stops there,
One
right?
Piece. There's a One Piece TCG pack opener as well. Also, this girl got her cleavage hanging out. I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. We know what you're doing.
Exactly.
You look at the comment section, and it's all these guys like, "Oh, you're so."
Oh, I
You're
like your
such a-"
cards. Yeah, the
Yeah,
cards
you're
were great
such a
this time. I'm like,
contribution to the community. It's like, guys, this is why Star
exactly.
Wars sucks. This is why Lord of the Rings
That's
gets
your
a sequel.
competition. That's your competition. Those men refuse to learn the realities of women. They probably are they jerk off to their OnlyFans. And you guys, again, it's like Whisper says, it does not matter that women finding a good girl is getting harder because your competition is dwindling faster. All male attention is being shoveled or funneled into these women via hobbies or Christianity or whatever. And meanwhile, it's like going to a pasture and seeing the bulls slowly being slaughtered. Well, I mean, that's a fucked up analogy, but they're like, hey, do you want to be slaughtered? No. Well, then here are all the cows. You just got to find the cows in the pasture. Really, guys, it's just really that. Don't fret over the OnlyFans stuff because they're not your competition.
Nope.
I know that I say they are, but a guy that logs in to tell a woman who's building Legos that she is talented with her tits out is not the same type of guy that's going to go out and game women on the street. It's just not. It's just not. It's impossible.
So, okay, geeking out for a moment. There's a point to this story. When you build your sets, how do you do that? Like, you have the bag and you like open it and you empty it like in one spot, right? So it's like you can
Well, there's several bags now that come
yeah.
in Lego
No,
sets.
but you know what I mean? Where it's like everything is ordered. There's order in there.
Yeah, I do one step at a time. So I can like,
Watson,
if I need to stop, I can stop. Yeah.
yeah. Watson and I, we were watching a video of this guy got this huge set and he bought it with his girlfriend. And he opened it and his girlfriend like grabbed a bag. She opened it and she poured that thing over the table. And Watson and I just start screaming at the TV, you bitch! You like we felt a visceral reaction of just wanting to grab her and be like, what the fuck did you do? Like everywhere, like over the table, on the carpet. It's like, oh my Lord in heaven. It's like, you know, when a dog pees on the carpet and you push his nose in it, like, don't do that. Like, that's what we wanted to do with that chick in the Lego. Like, you don't do that. Oh my God. And this is, I don't actually do that, but like, that was like the feeling we have. Like, this utter dumb.
Yeah.
This is why we can't have nice things. This is why we can't have nice things. As a women like,
whatever. Anyways,
I'd love to count to 10. Exactly. Like, oh my God.
Yeah, I'd have to like take a walk. I have to go outside and go for a walk or something. Yeah, and just women,
The guts
women suck
theme
at video
starts playing.
games. In general, they suck. Like the women that were the best at video games that I've dated were the ones that just didn't talk about it. Like I would play Mario Kart with a girl, and I was like leaning forward, sweating, and she was like, we were neck and neck, and the girl was giggling the whole time, like, yay! And I'm just like, oh, I'm not gonna lose to this girl. And she was nice about it, but she would never think of streaming it. She would never think of joining a Mario Kart Nintendo community. She just liked to play the game and whoop my ass from time to time. And same thing with the girl that played Super Smash Brothers. She was really good Like she was Princess Peach and I was Bowser. And we were ironic, by the way. And we were fighting neck and neck, and she was just giggling the whole time. And I'm like, wow, there are girls that are good at video games, but they're not telling you they're good at video games. They're whooping your ass at the video games. So, all right, let's get this super chat. Let's get out of here. Talk too much.
Chat Whistler Stroke.
Sorry I'm late to the party, guys. Nuke, where the F have you been, man? Hope you guys are having a great weekend. I have been here, my friend. I have been on Twitter, terminally online as per usual. But anyways, Jack, final thoughts and take us out of here.
Final thoughts. Kind of repeating myself here, but this OnlyFans thing, it's not going to go away. The guy dying is not going to change anything. Elon's not going to buy it. If Elon's going to buy it, there's going to be a whole new platform. These girls decide they want to do it. You know, nobody's forcing them. Nobody's convincing them. They want to do it, which is fine. Society is not going to go down the drain. And even if society does go down the drain, it's not your job to prevent it from going down the drain. Your job is to live a fulfilling life according to your wants and desires, not to sacrifice yourself for somebody else. For my shit, my YouTube channel is in the chat, and On Women available now on paperback and Kindle. Link to that will also be in the chat. 200 pages of condensed red pill lessons, successes, failures, and notes swapped. That's it. Tune in on Monday on the TradCon show. It's going to be good. 11 a.m. Central. Hit the like.
All right, bye.